My pants are off. Also, God is here. Take them pants off. Round your ankles. Round your ankles. Or you're not getting into heaven. No, you won't pass go. St. Pete will tell you to fuck off. Woo! We're back. It's Helltown Radio. I'm yelling for the sake of yelling. Shut the fuck up.
Hi, this is St. Pete here, and I'm just here to remind you that you didn't put the on-air sign on.
I don't care.
I think I just pulled a pube out from my lip from the mic. But we back.
Hello.
I'm back. Yeah,
Yes, welcome back.
Yes.
Yeah, welcome
Chris
back
has been
again.
on a sabbatical, sort of.
Yeah, sort of. Well, man, last week I was just coming off being sick, and so I didn't want to be in here all like SARS-y on the mic. And then also we were pretty busy over at the Academy. We had Brendan Edwards in last weekend, which was good. It was an awesome show. I mean, that dude played. He went up and he showed up a half hour late, and he felt bad about it. So he got on and played for 4 hours, and the longest break he took, when I say this, I'm not kidding, was
That's
2
intense.
minutes. He had 4 hours, took a 2-minute break, and then had gigs the next day and went and killed it again with his angelic ass voice. I mean, I'll tell you,
Crazy.
Yeah, Brennan is a local artist. It's crazy. If you put him in a room and you don't and people are just listening to him sing, people get emotionally invoked by his music and by his voice, man. This guy's brilliantly talented. I can't wait to see his blow up. It's gonna be amazing. Very fun.
I got a 73% chubby.
That's good, man.
Only 73?
Only 70. That's a strong dude. That's a majority hard.
That's
That's like I'm in public. Don't look.
That's like 30% soft, though.
that just means you have to work harder.
Yeah. That means the head is still hard as shit.
Or 27. 27.
What if it was
around that?
What if it was it was 35% tip, 35% base, and then in the middle was where
A
the
little
wiggle
soggy.
was.
What
Yeah,
if-
you know?
Or what if it's like the base is soft and it's just it's flopping around.
It's like one of those Wonder Arm joints.
It's the Drake, the Drake snake.
Drake, you got fucked up this year, man. You put your kickstand dick out, and then next thing you know, Kendrick Lamar's like A minor. I heard somebody listen to that shit when they went past me the other day by fucking Panda Express, and all I heard was A minor 69 God 69. I was like, yo, that's forever.
Yeah, man. Well, you know what's wild? I think that this is the most attention that middle-aged white America has paid
Since
to
Tupac.
to black conflict.
It's our generation because we were it's nostalgia on two different parts. It was like, oh, it's like Tupac and Biggie all over again.
Yeah. It's
Only these motherfuckers won't kill each other.
Yeah, they're just
Soft
gonna talk
bitches.
shit.
Well, I mean,
It's hard to get away with it now.
I mean,
Well, didn't 50 and Ja Rule have a big beef too back in the day?
Oh, dude, Ja Rule, I think tried to have a beef with DMX, but he sounded too much like him. So it's like,
you
no.
know who the diss track
that was like when action
Pull that mic like a fist away from your face.
a Phil dick away from him. It's a Phil, that's also known as a Phil
Yeah,
dick.
get all close up. to it.
I think that there was that whole no, there was there was also the Action Bronson Ghostface Killer beef.
Well, yeah, that's
yeah.
because they sound so similar,
Yeah.
and somebody goaded Action Bronson into saying something, and you can tell if you watch that video, Action was just trying to humor the guy.
Sure.
Ghostface and him sound a lot alike, and
It's a
I don't
very
think
similar delivery.
Action ripped him off. I just think it's that's how East Coast people sound,
Sure.
when they rap, and he was definitely influenced by Wu-Tang, who wasn't from our generation.
Right.
Wu-Tang is the one group that nobody wanted to fuck with because it's they'll beat you the fuck up backstage if you see them.
Yeah.
There's
They'll
actually
fuck
a
you
song
up.
about it called Wu-Tang Clan Ain't Nothing to Fuck With.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly.
Yeah, it's-
everybody knows.
Yeah, it was one of the original songs that came out originally. That said, all right, look.
Well, I know.
Before we go any further,
I know. Method Man and Redman performed at some, I guess, show in it was the Hot 97 or something. One of those
I
fests.
saw this.
And
fuck millennials, man, or not even Gen Z. They were just like on their phones and shit the whole time, waiting for the next Lil to come out.
They listen, man. At risk of sounding like a middle-aged old white dude. These kids these days just don't understand music, and it's crazy. It's like it's literally they want a thump and a
It's so. I figured it out. There's that guy that just came out. I think he was from Woodbridge. That $1 Million Baby guy.
Oh, I heard about
So like
that.
nobody, I don't think anybody has really listened to that full song. Everybody knows that song because people attached it to like TikTok or Reels videos. That's
I've never heard the song.
Like
I haven't either. I had just had a buddy on Facebook. He posted. He's like, "How the hell did Hoodbridge get put on the?"
Well,
music man.
he moved all the way to L.A. before he got popular.
Oh,
so
did he?
Well, it's like
gotcha.
Benny Blanco's from Reston. That's
is he?
Yeah, Benny Blanco's from Reston. Yeah, that's wild as shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude used to hang out at the Reston Clown Center, dog. That's amazing. No, I'm just kidding. I've never seen him there. I don't know, man. He bagged Ariana Grande. Good for him, man.
Yeah.
Good for him, man. He must have an amazing wiener because he ugly. No, just kidding. I'm just kidding. I shouldn't have said
That's
that.
how it works.
I don't know him. I'm trying to be positive.
It's this song.
I've never heard. I'd also never heard BBL Drizzy until last week.
Oh. I've heard this
I've
on.
heard this
Yeah,
song.
because you've heard it in
Yeah.
the TikTok, like in
Yeah.
a video that comes through and
Yeah.
somebody's got it in the background.
Yeah.
That's how this
For
song
sure.
got popular, and it was it touches to what you want to talk about. You were very passionate.
Ooh,
earlier.
yeah, Spotify, man. Dude. So Spotify's raising their prices after the CEO blatantly basically got on his Twitter pedestal and said that it costs nothing to create content. But then he wants to raise the prices. So I didn't even know it was raised the first time. I have Spotify, I have the family account, and it went from like $11 to like $16.
Oh yeah.
I didn't notice because I have it like automatically deduct. I don't
actually,
think about that
since
shit.
you mentioned
Yeah.
that, I do remember I was looking at my bank account and I was like,
Where is
"Where
this?
the hell did this come from?"
You know that-
Exactly. So get ready for another hike, and it's gonna go like
We're
if
gonna
you
go
have
like
the family.
20 or something.
Yep, it's $20. So yeah, that's fucking.
$20 now?
It's
Yeah.
It's
Oh, I'm
fucking
out.
ridiculous.
I'm
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Sorry,
see,
Spotify. I'm
Well,
gone.
what
Yeah.
about the single person?
Yeah,
That's
lost.
still the same.
I think the single person like it's gonna be like $15, $16.
You know what the
so
Spotify hack is to do? That
What's that?
Keep on
just
signing
just
up.
enroll into community college.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
actually
Oh,
go,
yeah.
and then you get that student
Yeah,
discount.
you get the
No,
yeah.
my,
It's like $5.99,
My
right?
wife did that, and she actually got it for free there for a while.
Oh shit!
that's pretty fucking smart.
That is weird.
actually.
They know what they're doing with that, like cheaper for college students, because those motherfuckers are on that shit all day.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, like there's,
So
there's a
Daniel
huge-
Elk is his name, the
Yeah.
CEO. This bald buff fucker.
Yeah. Like
He looked like the bad guy from Sin City, only not yellow. but,
Not
but
yellow.
apparently,
Just, like, really.
his exact quote was, "Creating content cost is close to zero." Now, if you're a billionaire, yes, of course it's close to zero.
Yeah.
But I know from recording, it's an upwards of $5,000 if you want it mixed properly.
Oh, it's not
Yeah.
cheap. Yeah.
Between studio time, paying for your engineer, paying on top of that, that's after you paid for your instruments. So
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
I know people don't play full stacks anymore. It's not a big thing, but I know when this triple rec got bought, that like just the head itself was like $2,500.
Well, I had a PV Ultra Plus way back when, which I think was about the equivalent of the triple rec. But I also bought it at was it Atomic Music? I think
Oh,
there
yeah.
in College Park,
The
Maryland.
greatest place ever.
And I got it for a hell of a steal.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then also bought them. That's actually the same Mesa cab with it, and that thing would.
The Mesa
Song.
cab is actually better than the Mesa head. Like,
yeah, no,
like
I think so too. Absolutely.
the bass response.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that guy's an asshole. He doesn't
Oh,
know what
yeah.
he's talking
Yeah.
about. But I find that like most people that like are people that are rich and
business
are
guy.
that they are not creative in any sort of way. They don't understand like the time, the sweat, the tears, everything that you put into making it. Because let's be real, you're like it's art. Even
He's
you know,
never
music-
said he's never
even
done a punch in.
musicians that are shitty, they're still creating art.
Mm.
You know, it's like
So,
it's
like,
subjective.
Especially like nowadays, people do kind of look at it because everything's digital. But back in the day, I remember the first thing I ever recorded, it wasn't reel to reel. So anything we had
wow.
to edit was like fucking
You had to-
taping
you had to-
pieces of fucking, and you'd have to split different. Let's say if you wanted part of the track still there, but you didn't want the rest, you got to cut that motherfucker. like not only you're cutting in half and then getting it together at the right point, so the beat, like drum beat or whatever your punch in part is right. But you like, let's say you want to keep the end of that drum fill, you got to cut that middle section of the tape so it's like a fucking like T at the end of it.
Yeah.
Like that shit on top of it, like that, either doing it yourself and learning how to do it, which takes fucking like more than hours,
Right.
or you're paying somebody to do it and they're gonna charge you out the ass if they're fucking taping pieces of fucking magnetic tape together.
Well, even nowadays they charge you out the ass just to do it
Yeah,
on
just
the
to do a
computer
fucking
now, so-
automation. Yeah, it's
But it's a skill I couldn't do. I watched the audio engineer we were messing with when we were recording, and that's a lot of stuff that I had no idea what was going on.
So what were you recording?
We got a.
Who are you?
Oh yeah, introduce yourselves.
Who the hell is this
I'm the
hippie?
newest member of this podcast.
So we've got a member of the Ancient Apes here.
Yeah, we skipped a major part.
Yeah, we usually introduce
Our
ourselves, but I
bad.
scare everybody yelling now.
It's not. I'm aroused. I don't think it's a scary thing. Like,
Chris really likes me yelling at the beginning of the show,
I do. It's.
but I got to temper it with God.
I mean, that actually made it even better, man. I felt, I had a holy boner.
Holy boner.
Yeah, I had a
Holy boner.
The God
Holy
thing is like
boner.
always hilarious to me because I recently got the Alexa thing and I have a camera, so
Oh Lord.
it looks into the house and I can speak because I have teenagers and
Mhm.
sometimes I gotta look and spy and see what the fuck they're doing
Yeah.
when I'm not there. So the other
Oh,
the other
yeah.
week, like my dad was there by himself, so it's like, George, this will be funny. Do your God voice. So I did the intercom. We intercommed into my house, and he was like, "This is God, Dave."
What are you doing? Are you in the refrigerator?
It was awesome. Anyways,
So yeah, content. His direct quote is: "Today, with the cost of creating content being close to zero, people can share an incredible amount of content. This has sparked my curiosity in the concept of long shelf life versus short shelf life. While much of what we see and hear becomes obsolete, there are." Then he goes on. This is a statement from an autistic person that's good at
Yeah.
making computer shit because he does
Yeah.
not understand creative. Like, say for instance, like I don't know how many people have ever made music or done art. There's a moment where you just get hit with something, whether you're driving or whatever, and if you're an artist, a lot of times you got to pull over, you got to have a pen, or you got to have like some way to write down or talk into your phone. For me, GarageBand is a fucking like godsend because like
absolutely.
it's like having a 4-track in your pocket at all times because you can just pull it out and be like hum 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 and like get your verse or whatever you're creating really quick out. And the same thing with if you're doing art. If somebody's bothering you while the muse hits you, you got to tell them to shut the fuck up and leave you the fuck alone because this is only going to come out now, and it's only going to be like now that what I want to create is going to be possible. And I think people that aren't artistic or don't create shit are like, what do you mean you can't just do it? Because like it's not like working on a car. It's not like a job. It's like no. This is the only time this is ever going to happen, and if I don't get this out, it's ruined. It'll be a thing that bothers me for like the next 2 weeks. Like, well, fuck,
Right.
I didn't write that down. Fuck, I
Yeah.
know that was good. I hummed it for a half an hour and I didn't write it down, or I didn't fucking hum it into my phone.
That's my new shit now. Is like for writing jokes. Is that I will lose jokes. There's been
Oh,
times where
yeah.
I'm like, I'll remember write it down later. I'll
Gotta
just
get
write
out
it
of
down
bed.
later.
yeah.
But now it's like I'm like super nerd. I'm on my phone all the time, and sometimes like we were at King's Dominion, and as you can imagine, King's Dominion has a lot of material.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Dosewell, Virginia, full of
Absolutely.
Yeah,
God's country.
I think what bothers me most is that when he says that things that we hear becomes obsolete, I think that's bullshit because we still listen to like old music. We
I
still
mean,
go to art museums.
that's a
to see
majority
old
of-
pieces.
Absolutely.
So
that-
for him to even say that something will become obsolete, that's absolute bullshit. That
They- well, they
music
said-
carries on. People do
Yeah.
covers of old songs.
Sure.
Like they continue. I mean, how
For
many
instance,
songs? How many times has that stupid? I hate this song. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it. But
Toto.
yeah, I fucking hate that song. But how many times has it been done?
Sure.
So many fucking times. So
I
many
mean-
times. So it doesn't become obsolete.
I mean,
No.
there's
Wow.
other stuff like, for instance, a lot of the stuff that got on the Spotify rather recently, the people that weren't on Spotify are bands that are really big, but they waited until they had like the time or got the appropriate amount of money for what they wanted for their plays.
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin was a holdout for a long time, and I
Mhm.
remember when all that stuff dropped. The Beatles, that was a huge drop
I
when that
think
happened.
Tool was another
Tool,
one too.
yeah, exactly. And a lot of bands, I think there's a thing that's happening now, and we were speaking about this earlier. On Netflix, you'll watch a lot of stuff, and then it goes away and comes back, and it goes to a different streaming service because it's almost like they're waiting for these time periods to get the highest bidder. And I think music is going to go that way in terms of these streaming services because there's so many of them. Because right now, like 1 week you'll have like Batman, the Dark Knight, Batman Begins will be on Netflix for like 6 months, and then all of a sudden it'll be on like Max, and then after that it'll be on like Paramount, and it just like whoever is willing to pay them the most once that contract is up, they'll get the most money out of it. Because a lot of these streaming services, I know music is more based on plays, and you get a certain thing, the same way radio was, where you get a percentage of a cent for every play. I think Netflix and them don't do that. So I think this guy from Spotify, he's not thinking about it as we're going to get advertisers to pay for this, because I don't think that's a thing on Spotify as much. Like once you pay for that premium,
once you pay for it, the ads go away.
yeah. Whereas like Netflix, they've raised their price, but it makes sense because they're actually creating content. Now, I think that's another reason you don't hear the people from Spotify when they talk about content. It is content, but they don't reduce it to just being like the same thing as a Pepsi.
Yeah.
But I think that's a thing that the music industry has always done to music artists, because there's the people that own the record label that are like fucking shitty, shisty people that would just want to fucking use you as a Coca-Cola. Then you have your A&R guy who's like the in-between, like, no, this band's good. You need to like pay them to like become a better band.
Mm-hmm.
That, I don't think that's a thing in any other form of art. Like there's no, like
true. That's absolutely
and
true.
it is a weird thing with music where there's these like people that have all the money that are like fucking, all of them are Harvey Weinsteins, except they're not trying to fuck you in your ass. They're just trying to take all your
Fuck you
fucking money.
financially.
They might be trying to do both, though.
I mean,
Nah, like in music, it's not like there'll be a manager that has a girl and he's fucking that girl, like in like Mariah Carey's husband or fucking Celine Dion's husband. Yeah. It's not like you're getting fucked to play music. For some reason, that doesn't happen in music, but they will take all of your money. They'll be like, "Oh, we gave you a bunch of money to record. We're gonna charge you fucking 1% for that, so you get a fraction of it." Like there's the guy from who's that band that did Pop the Weasel back in the day? Third Base.
Yeah,
he was on either
was it Search or was it
it's the main dude.
MC Search.
So he was talking about it because he went into music, like he was an A&R guy. He talked about how now he's making more money off of Third Base than he ever did, because after 35 years, those masters revert to the artist.
Right.
So now, whenever anybody listens to anything on Spotify, Tidal, any of those, he gets 80% of it, whereas he used to get like 20 to 10%, depending on like what it was. And that's something that happens after 35 years. And you were talking about how Failure's not on Spotify, and that could be what they're doing. They could have reverted, like got their rights back for their first couple albums. So if they take them off and then they actually like they can drive up the cost and then put them back on later. I think a lot of bands are going to start doing that, especially bands that we used to listen to. Like fucking there's bigger bands like Green Day. They're probably gutting up on that point. There's a lot of bands from the early 90s that are probably like Alice in Chains. Those dudes are probably like making way more than they did like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to look up why did Failure leave Spotify.
Yeah, like it could have been a multitude of reasons, but like, or it could have been like Tidal gave him a better deal, because that was a thing with Jay-Z and all the bands that like he managed, because I know he owns like Rock Nation, and there's a bunch of different bands like Code and Cambria is on there.
Really?
Like
I didn't know that.
like he manages bands and he has a management company, and that's what they do, but they also help with your distribution and all these other things. So you can be on any record label, but you can still be on Rock Nation.
Oh, God.
They help you get Diddy.
Oh, they get you Diddy.
Oh, wow. This is actually really weird. You want to know why?
Why?
This is fucking weird.
Personal dispute.
I did
Took my
not know
girlfriend.
this. So in February 2022, this is when they started, the alternative rock band Failure removed their music from Spotify in protest of the platform's COVID-19 misinformation policies.
God damn, man. People are wild with their fucking
Wasn't even
righteousness, man.
misinformation.
This was
Like, I'm
in
sorry,
2022.
but who fucking cares?
It was in the middle. After
Jesus
Neil Young did it, a
Christ.
bunch of people did it.
Diddy did it. Hey.
Diddy's in hiding again. Did you hear about this?
Good for him, man.
So-
I'd be hiding too, motherfucker.
So the whole
I'd be
reason
wearing those, that funny nose glasses with the mustache
Well,
thing. That's
yeah.
how I'd
So,
be. If I was Diddy, that's how I'd
there's
roll.
extra shit that came out just recently. So during before the FBI raided him, the real reason that a lot of people think they were raiding him is because they were doing an expose on the stuff that he got in trouble for, the stuff that he got raided for. Rolling Stone was doing it. Rolling Stone just either posted something, or the person that's writing the article posted an excerpt where right after Biggie died, they were going to put Biggie on the front cover as like almost like Biggie, like this legend, he died. Apparently Puffy wrote to them and was like, no, I got a new album coming off. He's dead. I need to be on the front cover of Rolling Stone. He was on the cover of Rolling Stone instead of Biggie after Biggie died. And after that, apparently he's been hiding ever since, because a lot of people are speculating. And also in this article, they're talking about how he encouraged Tupac to go into beef with Biggie. So a long time ago, people were talking about how like Suge Knight and Puff Daddy had them both killed. Makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah,
Man, I still stand by Suge ain't got shit to do with it.
Oh,
I mean,
dude, Suge Knight doesn't have any shit to do with it, but if he could have, he would have. That's why he hung Rip Van Winkle or fucking off a balcony.
Hey, sir, that was Robbie Van Winkle. Rip Van Winkle is still asleep, bro.
But apparently, like after fucking Suge Knight, the allure of Suge Knight went away after he got beat up by a hairdresser over a haircut. He wouldn't pay somebody for a haircut, and that dude fucking clapped on him in front of the club and left him knocked out by the curb.
Wow.
Like, so after that happened, everybody was like, "We ain't scared of him no more."
First things first.
He's got a glass jaw.
Big tree fall hard.
Yeah.
There's always that. But also, man, I guys gotta stand by my guns on this. I think Suge Knight might be the coolest dude, man. Like
He
we
may
don't
be
know.
cool.
We could hang out with. If we were hanging out with Suge right now, he'd probably be pretty cool, man. Like I think that he'd be like, yo, he might be like, yo, give me a drink, and I'd be like, yeah, all right, cool. I'll get you a drink.
Oh, he'd be real demanding. He'd be like,
Oh, yeah.
"Yo, let me sleep in your bed tonight."
He'd be like nice
No,
to us.
he
and
wouldn't
then
say
we'd
let
get
me.
popped when
He'd
we
just
were-
say I'm sleeping in your bed tonight.
Yeah, he'd be like,
What?
he'd be like, "I really like you. Shoot him when he's in Las Vegas."
Exactly.
Dude, no, he was in motherfucker. He was in the
Yeah,
car.
he was in the
man.
car.
Like,
Nah,
I
wasn't he in another car?
No,
he
he
was
was in that
He
car.
got shot up. That's
Well,
why
he
I
know
think
he
Suge didn't have
look
nothing to do
coming
with
from
it.
a big dude. He know he got more body. He's like, "Yo, you can hit me in the belly. It might not kill me."
Wait, did he
I
get
mean,
any
but like, was it a
bullets in him?
blind shot though? Like,
Did he get any bullets?
Yeah,
in
he
him?
got hit, dude.
Okay.
I think they haven't solved that case, but they have a pretty good
They know
idea.
exactly who did it, man. It was
Yeah,
like
the
one
Rampart
dirty-ass cop.
cops, yeah.
motherfucking dirty
So
ass
the
cop.
same cops that were like going around doing whack shit in South Central, apparently, like there's like 3 or 4 people. I remember when it first happened, there was like this light skinned dude with like the beginnings of a Jerry curl. They kept posting his picture. Like I wouldn't doubt it. There's another thing that happened after Mace. Mace has been talking shit.
We're talking about Reverend Mace.
Reverend Mace. Apparently, Reverend Mace
Method.
has been talking shit about
Mace
Diddy
Method.
and saying like when the shooting happened, he was according to Mace, he was fucking some groupie in his room, and he said when he went to go leave his room after he heard about the shooting, there was nothing but Bloods or Crips or some gang members in his hallway, and he wouldn't leave. And he had to call his manager to come get him because he was afraid, because there were just these random dudes with fucking colors in his hallway.
I might do the same thing.
Oh yeah. Like
yeah,
if
just to be
fucking
clear.
another notable rapper
Yeah.
just got shot,
I'd be
yeah.
like, wait a minute, help!
No, this
Help
is-
me!
I can't leave. Someone call the
Yeah,
police.
I mean,
They flashing colors in the hallway.
yeah.
Some
Well,
wild shit.
so who does Ancient Apes have beef with? So does Ancient Apes have beef with the Sneaky Snakes?
Sneaky
I
Snakes,
think
Punky
that-
Brewsters.
Yeah, fuck all them
They,
hoes.
Yeah,
they all
dude,
can get it.
I heard Joe is a straight gangster. He'll cut you to the fatty meat show.
Joe is the MC Hammer of the local music scene. All right, first of all, Joe Martin. Shout out Joe Martin.
Yo, you aren't calling him the correct name anymore.
Yeah, executive producer Joe
No,
Martin.
it's Professor Diddlefinger.
Oh,
Diddlefinger.
the Professor Diddlefingers. Oh shit. Yeah, Professor Diddlefingers, I feel like, is the MC Hammer of this area, because everybody underestimated Hammer until he showed his true gangsta. Behind the scenes, like,
Oh,
don't-
you mean
don't-
Pumps in the Bump?
Yeah, dude, he was rolling with Suge. He rolled with Suge. He rolled hard with Suge too, man. Like they said, like in the Bay, you don't fuck with Hammer, man. Like straight up.
Mhm.
But I think Joe Martin is a lot like the MC Hammer in that respect, because I'll tell you, you want to hear funny? I'll tell a funny Joe Martin story real quick.
All right.
And Joe's Joe's not listening, so I don't care. No, I'm just kidding. If it's gonna be funny because Joe's he might be listening next time. He was like, "Oh, Chris, I was actually listening."
He's drinking wine right now, being like, "You shut the fuck up."
He's like that motherfucker.
Said my name.
So speaking to speak to Joe's he's very calm demeanor and his monotonous
He
delivery.
is so nice. He is like the nicest guy I've
Oh, he's
I've
so
met
nice.
here.
He is so
nice.
He's the nicest dude ever.
Oh, yeah.
I love Joe Martin, but I will tell you right now, I seen Joe Martin get gangster once.
Mm.
And
Oh,
it
yeah.
did two things,
Do
man.
tell.
It shook a dude and it wet some panties. And yes, this is a true ass story. It was at Vinova, and this guy came in. He was sitting at one end of the bar, and then like Kelly and Michelle and I forget who else were sitting on the other end of the bar. And there's a few other people. There's a bunch of people in the restaurant or whatever, bunch of ladies, and everybody knows Joe, and so Joe's sitting there, and he's eating, I believe it was probably a filet mignon, and he would get filet mignon, and I forget what else. He'd get a vegetable too, a salad or something. And Joe's very, very health conscious. And so this guy comes to the bar, and he starts fucking barking up a storm about all sorts of crazy, like, statistics and, like, just rhetoric about being in the military that was completely false. And I've never seen Joe get mad before. And Joe was like, he had enough. And he just fucking slammed his fist down. He's like, "Hey, man, you ever shut the fuck up?"
Oh,
and like, I was
Did that?
like, yes,
I can't even
Joe
imagine
fucking
him saying,
Martin did that.
"Shut the fuck up."
He was like,
out of
he's
his
like,
mouth.
he's like, seriously, he's like, everything you're saying is bullshit. He's like, "Oh, you don't even know what the fuck." He's like, "Who the fuck are you?" And he's dropping F-bombs, and there's spit coming out. And it's fucking
God,
crazy.
Wow.
Yo, and so the guy's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, my bad, you got me." And then Joe's like, "All right, that's
Stolen
all.
valor.
That's
Oh,
that's
I
all."
fucking hate that. Don't.
It wasn't
God.
stolen valor
Nah,
per se.
yeah.
It wasn't
He
stolen
was-
valor per se.
He was just talking shit.
He was just saying dumb. He was just
Yeah.
trying. He was basically trying to say stuff that made him seem smart to the bartender, so
Yep.
that it would ricochet off the bartender, and the lady sitting at the end of the bar would hear him be like, "Oh my god,
Yep.
tell me about you being so cool." And so, and Joe was like, "Yo, Joe had enough." And I don't know, man, what happened or what sparked it, because I mean, he's around bullshit all the time. I mean,
Mhm.
fuck, he's in Punky Brewsters.
Oh, that's just
But-
nothing but
Yeah,
Sometimes
nothing,
it's
yeah,
just
nothing
now.
but bullshit. And so Joe says that shit. Dude backs down. Is like, "Yo, I'm sorry." The guy pays his bill and leaves,
Yep.
tail tucked, and he leaves. And then like the three girls and Kelly sitting at the end of the bar, they all look over at Joe like, "Oh my god, did that just come out of
Joe, have you ever
Martin?"
heard of
Hi.
pants being on the floor?
There's
Because they
a-
could be.
Well,
Can I get you a drink?
one of the girls who will leave nameless, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. She was like, it was like straight up went up to him afterwards, like, "So what's up?"
I heard you got a penis.
I know, man. Big old dick.
Hey, Joe.
Let me see what them diddle
You
fingers
gotta
do.
give me a hint of who
Dude,
this
I'll tell you,
person
man.
is.
Like he must intimidate the shit out of like any lesbian that comes in there, because they're like, yeah, they think they're all bad. Like, I'm sorry to say this, I don't care if this gets hate or not, but like I feel like lesbians are always talking shit because they're like, my dick never gets soft. They whip out their strap-ons and shit. Yo, us straight dudes, we got a new secret weapon on y'all. It's called Joe Diddlefingers, fucking Dr. Diddlefingers Martin. He'll come. He's showing up any of you lesbians. It doesn't matter if it's Pride Month or not. He's coming.
Yeah.
He
He's
will.
playing
See,
Auclair de la Lune
I
on your
feel like
cunt.
a true lesbian wouldn't boast how their dick would never get hard.
It's
They
a
would
thing.
boast about how their tongue game is like.
I think
You
it's.
think
I'm
so.
just saying,
You-
like,
I would-
but there's different
as
types of
someone
lesbians,
who
though.
Yeah,
swings
there
both
are.
ways. I like.
So I think-
As a-
appreciate that. Like, if I'm
So-
gonna be with a woman, I don't want a dick.
Well, you're a
If I wanted
feminine
a dick, I'd be
lesbian,
with a
right?
guy.
So you're more into feminine lesbians. Well, you got to think about there's indigo
that's
girl
true. I do
lesbians
like-
and stud lesbians.
I
Type in
prefer my
stud
lesbians
lesbian
girly.
and then look at studs that look like fucking like Cameron 1999, like humping floors and be like, check
Yeah.
out my stroke game.
Yeah, no.
Right?
there's- I mean,
no.
yeah.
I need my girls to look like girls.
Lita does not like aggressive black lesbian.
No. No.
Oh hell no!
I mean, we have I wouldn't be opposed to somebody hitting on me like that, but I do prefer we all have a type, right?
Yeah, so we've
I
established-
prefer my women girly.
I
Right,
like
we've established
lipstick
she likes-
lesbians.
Yes,
Yeah.
I like lipstick lesbians.
TSA dudes, Arnold Schwarzenegger, lipstick
Yes.
lesbians.
Yes.
All right, we have got that under.
Absolutely.
What if you
Alright.
ran into a lipstick lesbian that could be like, yeah,
Come on.
Come
She
on.
could do that into my vagina.
Cohagen date. What if she pulled her head away from your vagina and she was like, I need air.
That would be even better. Oh my god.
Oh my god. That's
Perfect.
amazing.
Shouts out to Fam Jewels listening all the way from Colorado. He's in
wow.
the fucking chat.
Hello.
Hey, what it is, Holmes? What's up?
We about to infiltrate
shout-
your place.
Oh, yeah.
Let's
We're-
shout out, yeah,
I'm excited.
Oh,
about
Also, Charlie's in the chat.
Charlie up in this chat.
Hello.
Yep.
All right, Charlie from
Cat Mount.
Catamount, my man. Charlito, man. Charlito is on the way to the army, y'all.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Like, I'm hoping he's gonna end up in hijinks like that movie In the Army Now.
Or Stripes.
Oh, wait, was it on Stripes?
No, I like In the Army Now with Pauly Shore. and
Yeah.
Andy Dick,
Oh,
and what was the girl's name? Who was in Tank Girl? She was also
Lori Perry.
Yeah, Lori Perry.
Oh, yeah, Tank Girl.
That was a good team pull there, guys. I like
Who
that.
else was in Tank Girl? Name another.
Ice-T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Ice-T.
Ice-T.
Yeah, check out my refrigerator.
Yeah. So yeah, also shout out to let's see, Caleb and Brooke for listening.
Levi.
Yeah,
Levi.
Levi's out there listening right now, my man. Levi, what's up? Hopefully Johan's listening. Johan, you know that instead of saying I figured out this new mechanism I have for like when I'm singing like rap songs so I don't drop N-bombs, I say my Jonas now. So like that's it. So shout out to my Jonah. Out there, Jonah, and then Lauren and her sister, and who else? I don't know. There's a bunch of people listening. I'm glad there's people listening because it makes
Yay.
this endeavor.
Lita got recognized in public from fucking the show.
Yeah.
Really?
Remember you said something?
Oh yeah, somebody. Oh my god.
You forgot.
God, I forgot. I was at Target.
Was it a lipstick lesbian or a full man?
I mean, she could. Look,
She could have been.
She was just wearing like skinny jeans, and her hair was pretty. She had makeup on, so maybe. Maybe. I don't know.
She's ready for war.
It's hard. Like when women hit on me, it goes way over.
Yeah,
my
it
head.
does.
It fucking goes. There was like this really story time, guys.
Yay.
So we did like the edibles festival, and there was this. She's gorgeous. This chick that like came up, and she was asking questions, and she was smiling and twirling her hair, and like I had just, like I was packing up. I was tired. I was also really fucking high because like, I think
We're at an edibles festival.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I ate I think I split.
We got a lot of free stuff because we were broadcasting. We used to do another
Right.
show called Dirtbag. Me and Matt, who used to be on this show, were loading gear into my fucking car.
Yeah.
And this chick is just keeps like talking to her, and
Yeah.
we've gone back
Asking
2 or 3
questions and
different
stuff.
times, and she's just talking and like blah blah blah. And me and Matt come back, and the girl's going. We're like, "What the fuck happened? What'd you do?"
I'm like, what do you mean I did? Like, she was asking questions like, well, he's like the main guy of the show,
And
she's
I walked
like,
off.
and she like disappeared, and yeah, apparently she was hitting on me. I didn't know.
She was like holding up 2 pairs of scissors. Like,
She's like, "What are you doing later,
Like, well, I mean,
Fisker?"
she had no interest in
She didn't
in
care about that
George
goddamn
or,
show.
or Wallet at all. Like she was like, I don't care about this. Like I just want
Go grab more microphones and
So-
get away from us.
I'm sure like that girl's not listening, but if you are, hit me up. I'm on Instagram.
Man.
Hello online.
Yeah. Right
Let's go on
now.
a date. I'll buy you a drink.
Oh, that's nice.
Smash box.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it goes over my head. I don't know why. Just like
It goes over my
See,
head.
I'm slightly autistic. I think maybe.
No, that's a thing dudes can relate to because like dudes,
Oh, yeah.
every dude has done that. I remember I was on the track team. I was throwing shot put, and this chick, I think her name was Andrea. She was a really nice black chick. She like walked up after I had thrown the shot put and was like, "You have really nice eyes," and I was like, "No, I don't," and I just walked off. And I was like sitting around. I must have been like 25 or 26, and I was like sitting there, and I was like, "Holy fuck!"
Did I just say that?
How the fuck? I was like 16 when that happened. 10 years later, it finally dawned on
How
me.
did that word? Like, how did those sentences escape my mouth?
No.
No, I'm not.
What are you talking about? You're retarded.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So it goes over my head.
Yeah, it goes over my head when lesbians hit on me. Too.
Yeah.
Mostly because they don't.
Because they're wearing flannel. They're like, "Hey, are you are you a lesbian too?" You're like, "No, I'm a dude." They're like, "No, fuck you."
Yeah.
Yo, to be fair though, I do look. Remember that lesbian episode of South Park I do look like the lesbian who wears the camo pants and has like this type of haircut. So I dig
Hey,
it.
did you catch the new one? The new.
I haven't watched it yet. No, I've heard it's freaking.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious,
fantastic.
dude. Me and Adam caught it. We were like laughing the whole time, like, oh my god.
Yeah, those guys are. I mean, Trey Parker and Matt Stone bucket list is to just to fucking shake their hands, man. Because you know what I would do? I would definitely pull. I would get Trey Parker with like the handshake, but I'll get Matt Stone. I'd pull his hand in and make him touch my dick.
You're like,
Yeah, I'm a spoiler
you're
alert.
gay now.
Yeah, I know you're gay. I mean, now.
I just decided something.
What's up?
So I forgot about this until right now. Last time I went to Colorado to visit fam, there was a certain restaurant that wasn't open that's been on South Park.
Casa Bonita.
Casa Bonita! We were going to Casa Bonita.
Hell yeah.
We're going to see
I'm
the
so
divers.
Like, I don't know how, like, I'm excited for, like, the scenery because I fucking love hiking. So I'm going to make you do that. I'm sorry.
I've been hiking at Red Rocks before.
I'm excited about, like, the food and restaurants, but I'm really excited about NoFX, even though I've seen them so many times and they keep saying, this is our last tour, and they're lying. They're like, not their last tour. I'm super excited for that.
Yeah,
Super excited.
That sounds like a really good show.
Oh,
Denver's,
dude, I love music. Like, that's my, like, outlet.
Yeah.
Like, when I was a little kid, we grew up poor, so I didn't have TV. We didn't have fucking cable. We had music, and that's all I like. It was radio all the time.
You had music.
Yeah.
Well,
we
that was
had
one
music.
thing that
we
did
had
happen.
bluegrass. We had like alternative.
Well, also, like, I grew up like in the projects, and then we were like, the cool thing about the library in Prince William County is they had fucking a rack of CDs. So like first Rolling Stones records, fucking Husker Du, like all kinds of obscure punk rock. They had all kinds of SST punk, like Black Flag, all kinds of that shit. So it was easy to find music. And I don't know if that's a thing just in like
no, that
like,
Alexandria was that way
yeah.
too. Like tons and tons of music.
And also, I remember when I was real little, they had records. I used to fucking get these Alfred Hitchcock records, and it was just him, and it would be like a spooky story, and he would do the lead in. We used to turn off lights and light candles, and my mom would be like, let's listen to this shit.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean.
Oh, my God, nostalgia. Like, I thought I was like, no, I'm fucking listen to that shit. Holy shit.
Oh, no, all the time. Like, we would get them, like, every week, and my mom would be like.
That. We also listened to the Bill Cosby records.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, looking back on it, he was like, guess what? Put shit in their drinks.
Well,
yeah, now that I think about it, I'm like,
proof is in the pudding.
Oh, dude, if you play it backwards, it tells you
He's like, rape.
Hey, you can
wait until she fall asleep.
You can definitely love the art, but not the artist. It's okay.
Yeah, 100.
You know?
If you didn't,
like, I
it
love,
would be in a very bland world out
Right,
there. I'm
right.
sorry to say it, but like, I don't know what it is. It's like the more I get older, and the more that's revealed to me, I figure out the people that are the most wealthy and most talented just have a proclivity for like young kids' buttholes.
That,
You know what
like,
else
or they're
what
like
the
really fucked up.
fuck?
Like H.P. Lovecraft. I love his stories, but he's a fucking racist.
Oh, he's a racist.
Yeah.
But, like, all right, at a certain point.
Racism
right, so,
is
like,
less weird than pedophilia, though.
It is less weird.
Yeah,
So,
it is.
like, if somebody
Way less
like
weird.
if somebody was racist towards me
I don't know. if
and
that
be
makes
like
any
drop
sense.
the N bomb, like you're one, I'd be like, I don't like you. But if they were like, I'm gonna rape a kid, I'd be like, let's kill him.
Yeah,
Yeah, see,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I think that on the scale of things, pedophiles are definitely worse than
Yeah,
racists.
yeah,
I
like
don't know, like,
racism. I might
still
punch
enjoy
you.
the occasional,
I'll kick
like,
you off a
Michael
bridge
Jackson
if you're a
song.
pedophile.
But the thing, like the awesome thing about racist is that like a lot of times, like it's like from some weird traumatic experience, and then like
It could. All
or
right,
from,
so
like
I know for me, sometimes racism is so stupid it makes me laugh. It's
That's what I'm
not
saying.
that it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
like even my dad would laugh at stuff. He was like, "Have you believe what they
that's
say?"
what I was trying. I think that's what I was trying to get to on this whole thing is like you can sometimes laugh at people that are racist because it's so ridiculous. But you can't laugh at like a
Yeah.
pedophile for being extra horny towards kids. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's like kind of fucked up.
Nope.
Yo, I totally agree with you
draw
on
the
that.
line,
Like,
draw the line there,
no.
man.
Sorry,
Yeah,
guy.
man, like-
I don't know what kind of trauma you experienced in life where it makes it okay in your head to. think
Well, it's
that
the
way,
vicious.
but-
Yeah, it's a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
Like it's a vicious cycle.
You know, we could stop this cycle,
And-
but it's by suplex them off of bridges or on the chairs.
Yeah.
Some shit.
Harsher,
Well, the prisons are doing that for us for the most part.
Bruh.
harsher punishment.
Bruh, they
honestly.
literally caught all these people on an island full of weird ass pedophile stuff happening. And you know what happened? The head dude killed himself,
And then nothing happened.
quote unquote, on that for people that are not watching. And
Yeah.
then
That's a common
and
thing.
then
with
and then you know what
pedophiles.
happened immediately following that? Not a fucking thing.
Exactly.
What the fuck,
Nothing
man?
happened.
All right, you know why?
Didn't they have a whole
All right,
list of
so
everybody
More
else that was
happened-
there?
Yeah, more happened than that.
Let
More happened with me getting arrested for selling weed when I was 18 years old than
Yeah.
what happened then.
Yeah.
So-
I want to
anything.
know. I want to know
That's
that
fucking
list.
You know why that
I
list
want to
didn't
know
come
who the
out?
fuck went to that
There's two
island.
reasons why that list didn't
Well.
come out. One of the reasons, Ghislaine Maxwell's sister is like the vice head of the World Bank, and then so a lot of people are
What?
and a lot of people are pointing to that, and a lot of people think
I
that
mean,
what
that is
Epstein's
power.
island, and this is conspiracy theory shit where people are like
Yeah.
speculating.
This is all
A lot
speculative.
of people think that island, just like how we have CIA people, whether it's like the stuff that they've published like MK Ultra, Operation Midnight John, where they would give dudes acid and then videotape them having sex with like prostitutes. The only reason that came out is because one of the dudes flipped out when he was on acid and jumped out of a fucking building in San Francisco, so they stopped the program. They do shit like that where they are manipulating people either to get secrets, whether it's like old Alex Jones going into Bohemian Grove and exposing that, which there's quotes from Nixon being like, "This is the gayest thing I've ever seen," like because it's just a bunch of dudes in the woods, not being gay or being whatever. It's being whatever their proclivity is, and other people can see them do it, so they can manipulate them to do what they want. And a lot of people think that Epstein's Island was the same thing, only it was a Mossad thing. So instead of being our government doing it, it was a foreign government. At this point, a lot of people speculate that he was an agent for Israel. Now that could be total horseshit,
Yeah, that's total
but it
horseshit.
makes a lot of sense for a government that has a lot of power and wants people to manipulate people to be on their side. If you're doing things that you don't like, whether it's our government going into other places and needing like votes to be able to go into like, all right, we got to go into fucking Iraq. I know that you fuck kids, or know that you're a fucking coke addict, or know that you're gay. Whatever your proclivity is that you were in the closet about, that they're going to manipulate that. Because I've heard about this Epstein Island that it wasn't just that there were young girls there. It was whatever you wanted. It's like fucking Neverland.
Yeah.
Like,
Ugh.
Yeah, they used a lot of Neverland Ranch
That's
over
just-
there.
oh yeah.
How's he doing?
I prefer ranch.
You guys want some candy?
Oh my god.
Them's the rules.
I ask God for forgiveness.
That's so like that's what I'm worried about right now. Being broke, is that if I start getting money, am I gonna start like the more money you get? Is that when you start like really like being like, you know what's really gonna get me going?
I don't think that's gonna happen, dude.
Yeah, me neither. I'm like, dude. Hey, listen.
I don't think that. I think you're like. I think, like I said, the shit that happens to you, like when you're a kid, or what you witness growing up, because that's all like that's environment. Nurture versus nature shit.
Oh, yeah.
That is
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
So when you're around it and it's okay, you grow up to doing that thing
man.
that happened to you.
Well, there's
Yeah, but
another-
why is it? What's the correlation to these people who are vastly wealthy and their proclivity?
They were
towards
probably
it?
molested at a young
Yeah.
age.
Yep.
So there's
No,
I
a
think that
such-
means like, but is
there's-
Absolutely.
I
do you have to
believe
get
there's-
molested to get rich.
well, no, I believe there's a
Damn,
guy.
no.
I think
Dad,
I think
man.
it just.
Yeah.
But because not all rich people are like that, but I think those people, and also there's a thing that happens once you hit a certain level of fuck you money, to where you really can say fuck you to even the fucking courts.
Yeah, you can just
Yeah.
do whatever.
Yeah.
You feel
So-
like you can do whatever you want. And
so
not
if you
have
think
any
you can-
consequences.
Right.
But I think there's I think Stephen Pressfield or some other guy wrote about it. It's called imprint sexuality. It happens way more with men. So when women experience trauma, they'll be more, according to his stuff, like a lot of girls that are molested will become more sexual overall.
Mhm.
Whereas guys, whatever happened to them at a younger age, whether it's they had sex with a big titty girl at 14,
Yeah.
that's what they're going to be into for the rest of their life. So if a dude is molested at a young age, he's attracted to like older dudes that do this, whatever happened to them, whether it's they caught some dude like diddled them or whatever happened to them. That's what they're into, and it's like, but they could be straight dudes, but they're like they'll go and get blowjobs from fucking like 30-year-old like dudes that are 30 years older than them, because that's what happened to them at a young age.
And that tracks that tracks for me personally. I understand, like, I mean, it's like you hit it on the head. It's like, I think I was 13, and a family member's girlfriend, a very large-breasted older woman, took advantage. Took advantage. I mean, there was very little advantage taken. But it explains now why it's like I'm struggling to maintain eye contact with Lita throughout this conversation.
I'm like you, dude. I like women. Like mostly, like in my poly world,
Well, I was talking about your boobs.
My hetero partner will like go and like meet women, and I will also meet women because I like women mostly.
And I am all for that. And I'm
sorry, you don't have a vagina, guy.
I know, but I'm not.
You're also
You don't know.
I know.
How you gonna misgender him? How you gonna misgender him right there on camera?
I know.
You also are
He
not
could be
wearing
packing
lipstick.
puss and you didn't even know.
So first
Goddamn
of all,
pussy.
I was just trying to make a joke about Lita's boobs. When I was like, I have no intention of actually conquering Lita's boobs. I just want to put that out there for various reasons. But it's like
Nobody wants to conquer these guys. Let me tell you, the bra is what's making them look amazing right now. I take that shit off; it's down to my knees.
Man,
It's
see,
okay.
women will fucking
okay.
be so fucking like hard against their own bodies. If you only knew how
I'm
dudes
okay with it being
think.
hard.
Yeah, I
know,
like
dudes are like,
gravity
alright,
sucks.
yeah,
I'm telling you,
we do
it
not
sucks.
care.
Gravity ain't a.
Like,
let me tell you what. If you go in and type in saggy like to the knees on fucking any porn site, there's gonna be like
it's like
18 million
Yeah.
hits.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah, it's a
terrifying.
Yeah, dude.
It's not-
Anything.
Why is
you-
that terrifying? You should be,
anything that
that's
you
be
think.
that should be endearing.
Let me be. We all have types. I like itty bitty tiny little titties. I like them. I
Do you
like them
like-
like
do
perky
they-
and like.
But if like they're triangle shape, or do you like it doesn't matter? Because sometimes that happens, man.
Chris is
like,
gonna bring out a
like
pad.
if it's like a little,
Like the
little, and they're
pyramids of-
just kind of like, bloop, that's fine. I just don't like gigantic. Like,
how do you feel about large areolas?
good? as long as the titty itself is small, I'm okay with that. I'll just be like, ah.
As long as it doesn't look like a beaver tail, it's all good.
Yeah, as long as it's not like
Fuck that. As long as it look like a titty.
As long as
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm like.
If it look like a chew toy, you better put them bitches away
As
right
long as-
now.
yeah.
You know what's funny? I sent a link to my family's Signal page about this whole thing. It's wild as hell, man.
as long as it's not like a penises on your chest.
Oh, titty dick nipples.
Yeah, the dick nipples.
Yo,
You don't
yeah,
like
that's-
them nanner
I've
tits?
no hard pass.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, like, it depends. Like, because me personality means a little bit more than
Areola
physical.
size.
Yeah, physical look. So like, I've
All right.
dated women that are bigger with bigger breasts and stuff. But I like skinny
they're cool-
little.
You know what's terrible? Really big titties with really tiny areola nipples.
That's weird.
Yeah, dude.
Although I'm
So
not
do you
gonna
pre-
judge.
yeah.
Like,
But do
we
you
all have
prefer-
different bodies.
Do you prefer like the thumbtacks to the balonies? Like, is the.
I mean, I don't want to take it up the whole titty. I don't-
We call them
If
fat
you-
jacks.
and like if you pull them out and it's like 80% areola, and be like, "Oh, what happened?"
Jason, where does H&H stand on the areola?
They want
we
8
actually, we
titties.
actually had a conversation about this at practice one time.
Okay, then here we go. Please do tell.
So apparently, I'm the only one in the band that prefers the larger titties.
Like
Every-
titties or areolas?
Well, I will see. I like just regular size areolas.
Okay.
We didn't get to the areola part. We just got into boob
Just size,
Yeah.
boob size.
They all say like anything but a handful is too much.
Yeah.
Who the fuck said that?
Who do you think?
Oh, okay, that makes sense. That tracks. You know what, man?
No, who said it?
Who said? Who do you
Because that's
think? He's an alumni of the show. We're
we're gonna have a conversation next time I see you.
It rhymes with "spill it, Baylor." Yeah, you know what? It would make sense, but I think it make more sense that Phil would be scared of large-breasted women, but because he had a wet nurse until he was 13.
Well,
Did
we
I
have
ever tell you that?
we have a comment in the chat which says, "If they sagging, we still grabbing."
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Well.
Gravity's a motherfucker, and also like you got to be like boobs that are anti-gravity. You got their suspect, man, because they're gonna have like they got some. I'm sorry,
That's true.
and I've got nothing.
I mean, that's true.
Yo, I will say this: like, I think that natural-breasted women are definitely doing way better than some of these augmented. Now, I understand like there's cases where you've had a mastectomy and you want to
BBL titties.
Yeah.
If you had like something, that's fine, and get yours, girl.
I've seen
But-
some botched like work too.
Some of
It's
the-
like, girl, what
But
are you
I've
doing?
seen some
one-
good ones.
No, the ones that you know, it's like they're pointing like upward and outward, and then
Yeah, it's kind of
like-
weird.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
bad titty
and
job.
there's, like,
yeah,
yeah,
the
there's,
up
like-
and a ways.
Yo,
And
I'm
wait.
just saying, like, if you get a bad
Shit.
titty job, you should be able to go in and fuck up the fucking the
Right?
surgeon and be
I-
like,
I would
"What did you do to me?"
I would be like, look at this.
Yeah, I gotta live with this.
I would blog it. I'd be like,
But
look
you-
what he did.
He mangled these joints.
I mean,
And
I've
there's still-
always like
And there's still
wanted
gonna be
like
people that want it.
like I don't know why. Like I'm like I tried 3 times to get like a reduction.
Mm-mm.
And on my insurance diamond, they're like, "No, you're not big enough." I'm like, "What do I have to do?
I like
How
your
many
insurance
fucking
company.
Twinkies do I have to eat?
I remember.
Fucking like get my augment? Like I
Yeah,
want it
man.
free.
I talked to my insurance company about a dick reduction, and they was like, "Nah,
They don't even
bruh."
That is
cover that.
not
I
the
know.
same. That is not the same.
Yeah, man.
Does
Sometimes
your
I be
dick? Okay, let me tell
I be
you.
throwing out my back.
Does your yeah? I was about to say, does your dick give you back
They
problems?
got lower back pain, man.
They are
Because
doing,
like, look at this. Look, I'm starting.
Yeah,
to get
sometimes I
this
struggle to
weird-
get up these stairs.
I'm like a C right now. I'm
this guy
trying-
pops
I'm-
a boner and he
I'm
goes
like-
blind in his right eye.
I try to like remind myself to sit up straight, but I can't because my boobs are like, "What are you fucking doing?
Man, what,
This is not comfortable."
dude? I jumped
Slouch.
playing basketball. Almost caused a hernia.
Man, they are doing dick reduction therapy.
That is the
They are-
weirdest
Don't ever
shit.
do that.
They
Yeah.
are
Young
man,
young champions,
Why?
don't ever get that shit reduced.
It's
Just
actually
Nah.
it's also known as cryotherapy. Yeah, y'all like that.
do you know what would happen if they did have a pill that made your dick bigger? Like,
Oh, that would be fun.
dudes would OD on that shit. Like the same way that, because dudes will do anything with their physical body to excess. Like, women get body dysmorphia getting smaller, right?
Mhm.
A lot, like the anorexia is primarily a female thing.
Yeah.
Steroid abuse is 99.9% dudes that are like, I gotta get big as fuck. Whether they're actually lifting weights or getting synthol injected into their arms,
Yeah.
dudes will get that type of body dysmorphia. So if it's like, if there's a pill like steroids for your dick, there be dudes that be walking around like literally like my back hurts all the time. Like they,
Did-
Cialis?
Didn't 50 Cent?
well, no, I'm talking about like those make you hard. I'm talking about it actually grows your penis.
Yeah.
There's actually
Yeah.
there is actually penis augmentation
Yeah.
surgery, and,
Yeah.
they,
There is that.
and they cut like a slit at the top.
Yeah,
of
I
your
watched.
Dick.
Did you watch the
I
surgery?
got-
I watched
yeah.
the surgery.
I've never watched.
It was
but
really
I read
cool.
an article-
Oh
I read
no,
an
it's
article
not.
about it.
It's like girdling a tree. So they. Just, it really is.
What
like
a
they,
great term for that too.
I mean,
Yo, girdle. We need a girdle. More
Yo, I'm gonna girdle that dick.
so they cut around and then they just like bloop,
Oh my god.
and then they literally have you in
just
sort
fuck
of,
midgets. Do something. Don't leave your dick alone.
they sort of like have you in like a like a dick
Scaffolding.
like a cast. Like that's the only
Are they
thing that I
putting a
can think of
splint
it.
on it?
Because like your muscle it does regrow, so like it just like does its thing. You're not supposed to use it. You're not supposed to like, you know.
Dude, I had a homie that swore by the penis pump.
Oh, really?
I mean
Yeah,
that
that's
works,
like-
but you got to put like a rubber band around the end because it's all about like blood flow. You got to suck blood,
Right,
more
right.
blood into it that makes it bigger. That's
I've-
not like permanent, right?
Just
No,
to be
it's
clear,
not.
I've never used one, so I don't know.
All right, we
so-
got to get
It
one
does-
so you can use it
so-
on the show. We'll
Have
send
you
you to
ever
the
used one
bathroom.
So the penis pump does work, and I know in a biological sense because it does fill those cells with blood, right?
Right.
Mhm.
And it gets so the more you fill it, the bigger it gets because it's stretching out those cells. But you have to get that hard and that big to maintain that size. If you're not getting that excited, you're just gonna be regular old little with extra, extra stuff there. So you don't want that. Like that's.
Have you
I
ever
mean,
used one on somebody?
No, I just know
Damn
like
it.
that's.
I was
how it
hoping we were
works.
gonna get another weird ass
Scientifically
story.
speaking, this is how
Yeah,
it works.
I would just like to know how it was introduced because, like, I think you'd have to be very comfortable with your wiener to go to somebody and be like, listen,
We got to do
We're
something
gonna-
about
yeah,
this.
we're gonna do
yeah, so this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna pop a chub, and then you're gonna throw that thing on top of it and start going for it.
Yeah,
Just like-
imagine once you hit a certain age, there's a process to fucking. You're like, all right, 45 minutes ago I popped Cialis. Get out the pump, Martha.
Or you can just get the cage. They do have a dick cage for people that are smaller, and it just like it's like a.
So it's a fake dick
It's a
on
little
top of your
dick
dick.
that goes on, like it's a little hat that goes on your dick.
That's like
to
a
make it
really
bigger.
thick condom. Don't do that, kings.
I mean, it squeezes their dick. So
Oh,
like,
I thought
you're
you were
really-
talking about like a dick sheath, like a fake dick that goes over
I
their
mean,
Like
dick.
yeah,
a, like
but-
the
What
dick
a time to be
extenders.
alive.
But it's also
We can figure out how to get to fuck with a soft dick, but we
That's-
can't cure a goddamn common cold.
I know, right?
Jesus.
Doesn't
fuck's
like
going
so
on?
that's another thing I've heard about like all of those erection pills is you get a headache. So like imagine every time you fuck you got to get a migraine.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
because all
Man,
the
I
blood's
just got. I
not
just
there.
came off of a migraine, man. Like a 3-day long one, man. That shit
Ooh,
sucked balls.
yeah.
Yeah, so I would say, man, it's very relative right now. Man, yeah, it's been that's fucked up.
Yeah, if I get a headache, I'm like, I don't know if I want to fuck right now. I could have an embolism.
Don't you remember when that used to be like the woman's excuse of the 80s, 70s, and 80s? Like, I have a headache. It was like a thing. Like
It was
people
like
would
your
always
balls stink.
I
Make,
would
people would always
think,
make jokes about it.
I would
Yeah.
think like the reason why a lot of people have headaches is because there's an increased blood flow in their head, right?
Sure.
Yeah,
For
I think
migraines. So you want that blood flow to go somewhere else besides your
that
head.
dick.
Straight to the penis.
Yeah.
I'll test
So,
that next time I have a
It's
headache.
true. It's true. Because, like, my hetero partner gets migraines too. And he'll be like, hey,
Give me
you,
a Hummer.
Can you?
Help a brother out.
So, yeah. And it works for him. It works for like 30 minutes. And then he's like,
Does he ever call you ibuprofen?
no, he doesn't. He doesn't do that.
Yo.
He's super nice if he wants that. He doesn't call me names.
He's like,
He's like,
yo,
"You're so
you could have leave my
Wonderful.
pants."
You
I
got
love
what
you
I
so much.
need.
Exactly.
Oh Lord.
So tell us about your band.
Speaking of
Besides, like,
blowjobs,
yes.
tell us about your
what kind
band,
of what kind of
Yeah.
music you play?
Those are medicinal blowjobs, by the way.
But yeah, only for medical purposes only.
Yeah, that's
You need a prescription.
I guac for your safety.
50 cc's.
Yeah.
So I would say our music is more like an indie punk type thing. That's what I would pretty much go. We do get a lot of influence from like bands like Built to Spill and Weezer, Nirvana, things like that.
Cool.
But yeah, we are in the process of recording an EP. We're actually going to be doing our final day in the studio this coming Sunday to finish out some stuff, and it'll be out after that.
Awesome.
That's what's up.
You got any shows coming up?
We got one down in Woodstock. I think it's July 26th or 7th.
is it a right live?
Huh?
Is it a right live event?
No. This is a summer jam
Okay.
down in Woodstock, and then after that we are going to be at Pavement in August. I want to say that's August 9th, I believe. I'll have to look it up.
Ooh, excellent.
Yeah, the first time playing there, but yeah, we've done 4 shows now, I believe. We did first show was at Catamount, then we had 2 shows there at Blue Fox,
Yeah.
and those were right live
Yeah.
events.
Brandon was on the show a while back.
Okay,
Yeah. Shout out Brandon Wright,
no,
the
absolutely,
nicest dude ever.
absolutely.
Been nice since he was a youngster.
Mm-hmm.
He's like the nicest motherfucking.
Oh, yeah.
Big old teddy bear.
Yeah,
He throws good shows. When I was playing bands and we would play with their band, the band he was in at the time was Dreaming of Eden. Oh my God, dog. We went from being like, man, we'll make $50 for the show, being like, hey, we can drink at the bar for free and we get paid. This is fucking awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, Brandon's an amazing dude, man. That guy, he's so nice too. When he was on the show though, he was a little quiet, and so it was funny because like Josh Huff agreed to come on the show because he was like it was before we had video,
Yeah.
and so he couldn't see what was going on. He couldn't see the dynamic and stuff. And, dead air is dead air. You can't like even a second of it is brutal.
Oh yeah.
And so like that's how we do the show. Sometimes we're just to make sure we're covering it. We'll jump on top of each other sometimes. I'm the worst about it. I'll be the first one. Actually, Matt's the worst about it, but whatever. he's not here to defend himself, so fuck him.
We
You
miss
son
you,
of a
Matt.
bitch. Yeah, we do. I do miss the fuck out of Matt.
I hope
man.
you like it where you're at right
He's
now.
Rhode Island. He's
Rhode
fucking,
Island.
Matt is definitely like the last thing I saw that he posted was him at the fucking pool.
Yeah,
it was just
right.
his feet and his
Yeah.
kids playing in the pool.
Yeah,
He's
it was-
living that life.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
also
there's
said
something about
working
like working from 9 to 5
9
is
to
great.
5.
Yeah.
What a way to make
I will be
living.
visiting him soon. I gotta hit him up. Like we're gonna be going
Yeah.
up towards my in-laws' way. We gotta visit the old great grandma.
Yeah, it's two homies in fucking New England now.
Yeah, man. So, but yeah, we got Jay Work and motherfucking Matt Waller up there. Bet they're space docking as we speak.
Yeah, they're like, yes.
So no, but to go back to what I was saying, so Josh, I think originally wanted to come on so that he could like avenge the fucking Brandon, like, cause he thought we like it, you know, he thought we were just like talking over him and like kind of bullying him or whatever. And it wasn't that. Just Brandon is a chill dude, so he just like he said what he had to say.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, you know, it's his discussion on areolas would probably be very brief.
Yeah.
You know,
Was
just
I here for
I liked
that?
him.
Like I don't know if I
Brandon.
Nah, I don't
no,
think you,
yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
you
that
were
might have
there.
been when you went to Florida.
Yeah, my
yeah.
Florida.
Because the first Florida trip, we got the supervillains.
Oh, I'm
You know,
so
I think
sad
that
I
show
missed
got
that.
taken off, man. I can't
It's
find it.
let me see if I gotta find it on there. I know it's somewhere on there. It's probably like just in a live section, not the video posted.
What's up,
That was
Joe? What's up, Louie?
Yeah, Louie's the moderator for our
Hi,
chat.
Louie.
Is she on right now?
How are
She's
you?
not on right now, or at least she isn't moderating the chat. Fam Jewels is in there.
Fam Jewels, what it do?
Another person
Miles?
called Unbeknownst79 who said he's
Is
the
that
person
Raph?
that said if they sag and we still grab
Oh,
it.
that's definitely Raph. That is definitely Raphael. Oh yeah, forgot to shout out Owen. He's our model dog. You know the dog that sometimes I post, the little corgi. Yeah, I got some.
Shouts
cool,
out.
Yeah, shout out to my man Owen. Man, he'd be dragging. You know what I'm saying? Like he's got his when he walks in the snow, there's 4 paw prints in a log. Like, big dick Owen out there. Just kidding, Brooke. I don't mean to talk about your son like that. But I know you're listening, so you know that's good. Yeah, but anyways, just real quick to finish to wrap it up. Yeah, Josh thought that, but then Josh got on the show and then he saw that that's how you have to fucking go. So I forget how we even got here in this conversation, but Wu-Tang and also areolas.
Yeah.
We describe. You know what? And when I was in high school, I had a girlfriend who had inverted nipples.
What?
Oh,
Yeah,
I had a girlfriend that had inverted nipples too.
So
that's like climbing Everest. That's something I just want to see. I don't know if I want to climb, but I might want to see.
It was
like,
a thing, man.
Is it like a like?
Imagine,
Is it like if they get excited, they go?
so you know, on a baby
like,
bottle, you
That's
know-
a challenge.
you know-
I might
you
wanna
know
suck
you
'em
would
out.
clean- You know when you clean a baby bottle
Gotta
and you
gotta
have to like
stick your
put
tongue
and you
in.
have to push it inverted and really scrub that. It's a lot like that.
But
And
does
then
like does
it
the
come out,
inverted like
it
nipples?
pops out. It pops out when stimulated.
Okay, all right. So
Yeah,
it's
but you
not
gotta
really
stick your
inverted.
tongue in them first.
Yeah. Yo, let me tongue fuck you.
See, my ex girlfriends were large enough. I had to use 2 thumbs. I got in there. I was like,
You gotta squeeze it like a pimple.
Oh my God.
That's why.
That is-
That's nasty.
Oh,
Like-
That's
nasty.
nasty.
What if you squeeze that titty and colostrum came out?
Then you better get a cup because that's just expensive, bro.
Bro, you got to
We
get a
that.
fucking Plan B.
People actually like sell that shit.
Yeah, that's a big.
Oh yeah, like there's a brand called Armor Colostrum, and I started laughing because it's in terms of like your health, it's like like it's not a bad thing, just like collagen or anything else that you can break down
Yeah.
milk into, like the parts that are actually like healthy for you. But my reference to colostrum was like, from having a kid, they would speak about it when they were in the birthing classes. So like every time I hear it, I'm like,
What was his name? The running back with all the dreadlocks. They had to make big ass.
oh, Ricky Williams.
Yeah, Ricky Williams is known for. He was known for drinking. If he could find colostrum or titty milk before a game, he'd pay whatever $275.
That motherfucker got too high.
I mean,
No,
like,
you know what? I
wouldn't
will-
you rather like as a human being? Because
Yeah.
like I fucking hate milk. I think it's gross. Like I've said this
Yo, milk
before.
is
Like
the
my
shit,
dad will
yo.
sit there and drink like glasses of milk, like it's like
so
Oh,
it's
I will
like
in terms-
water.
I will
Ah,
too.
I can't,
in terms
I can't do
of
it.
being a bioavailable protein, that's why a lot of protein shakes have dairy in them.
Yep.
It's because it's very easy for your body to, like, you don't have to break it down. Like, you can get let's say you eat a chicken titty or like a steak or anything else that has a lot of protein. It takes longer and more assets for your body to break that down. That's
That's
the
actually not true.
and,
when I tell
versus
you,
milk
as, the-
Okay, I
as,
think you-
as
oh.
someone who knows how it works,
versus milk.
yes,
All right,
milk, especially when it comes from an like an animal that is not a human,
Well, a
it
cow
causes
milk
inflammation.
versus cow.
It causes all kinds of like shit in your body.
I don't know,
You
man.
shouldn't
I love
actually
some
been
milk,
drinking
man.
it.
Yeah.
Well,
Especially
no,
I mean,
it's
like
chocolate milk.
you shouldn't drink it,
Oh,
but
yeah.
people
Shot,
drink it
man.
anyway,
I
and
would-
that's fine. It just
Nah,
it's
fuck
not-
them, fuck them cows. I'm stealing your mom's titty milk. Deal with it, nigga.
I'm a big milk. I'm a milkman myself, and maybe my like for milk comes from my love for boobs. I don't know, because I had a joke about that when Vanova was there. You remember there's a picture of my mom with her boobs out. That was a thing, and so
I remember
yeah,
that.
Yeah, you remember it. And I say it like that, but it was actually a charcoal drawing of my mom topless. And you know what? Fuck everybody that thinks it's weird, because it's not weird, because it was
It's art.
That was
It's
the
art.
that was the first restaurant I was a regular at. Was my mom's titties, and so
Yeah.
like, so it was fun. That's what, like, when people be like, "Oh, there's a naked woman there," I'd be like, "No, that's actually a picture of my favorite place to eat as a child." And then everybody would be like, "Oh, that's kind of weird, but innocent, and I can't judge you because breastfeeding is a beautiful thing." I think breastfeeding should be encouraged until age 55. And here's why. So my nickname in certain heavy metal scenes is Titty Milk, and I'm known as Titty Milk because we did an event at the Monument, and it was a bachelor party or bachelorette thing, and the bachelorettes had access to the green room, and one of them was pumping and dumping, and so she pumped and dumped and left it was like a pint bag of breast milk. I guess it must have been a pint. I don't know.
The finest Cambodian.
Well, so anyways, so one of the girls who was cleaning is like, "Oh my God, so they left a bag of breast milk," and I'd had a couple drinks. And
about to have another one.
like, let me
You
see.
did it.
Let me see that shit. So everybody's like freaking out. They're like, "Oh my God!" They're like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you're gonna do it." So I just faked it, and I was like, "Okay." And I faked it one time, and then everybody's like, "Oh shit, all right." So I was like, man, because everybody turned like ghost white. They're like, "I can't believe you were gonna fucking do that." And I did it. That pump faked on it, and then when everybody wasn't paying attention, just casually, I fucking popped it and chugged it, and everybody saw me do it. And I'll tell you what, out of everybody that came to work the next morning, I was the only one not hungover. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, yo, that shit is like, yo, I'll
It's
tell you
miracle.
right now, yeah, that stuff is. So if there's anybody out there,
See,
if anybody
humans
listening is,
are meant to drink human milk.
if anybody ladies out there are lactating currently, holler at your boy.
I drink
any
milk.
Titty milk. I would make some chocolate titty milk, and I would drink it on the show.
I drink-
If there's anybody lactating out there,
Anybody
want
want to come on the show? He'll drink it straight from the tip.
I mean, well, we got it. No, we will not do that.
No.
Unbeknownst, said, "I once dated a girl with nipple hair. No lie, that didn't last long. She refused to shave it."
That's
Boy.
just a mustache, man.
Mustache around your nipples.
Just
And that was a dick, and that was not milk.
That's crazy.
A micro. Who was that? Who's
That was unbeknownst.
unbeknownst. Oh man. I mean, I'm trying to think. You know what? I dated a couple of Italian women, and they had a little bit. You know what, man? You just got to be courageous, man. You got to get in there and be a man about it. It's like, you know what? Like, if you had to kiss Burt, just think about like you're kissing a feminine like Burt Reynolds type.
Burt
fucking-
Kreischer.
That's fucking
Burt
wild,
Kreischer.
dude.
I would rather kiss Burt Reynolds than Burt Kreischer.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Because Burt Reynolds would fucking kiss you with some passion.
You'd
Burt
be like,
Kreischer-
"Put your tongue in my throat."
Yeah, I feel like Burt Kreischer would be like very submissive.
You throw up in your mouth.
You just get submissive.
I'm so glad I didn't like inherit that. Like my grandmother hailed like half Spanish, Spanish,
Mhm.
half Italian, and she definitely had the mustache. Now I have to wonder, like, was her nipples like that? She had like I used to have the jet black hair, like beautiful black hair. It's now gray now because I'm old as fuck. And she had olive skin, but she definitely had a fucking mustache, and she had that like she never shaved it. I don't know what it is about like
Power move.
little old like Spanish or Italian women. They're like, fuck it, we're just gonna let it hang all out. And when she died, like it's a Catholic wedding, obviously funeral. She had she was in her coffin, and she was all like dolled up and stuff. And I looked at her, I'm like, that is not my Mima. That's not her. Because they shaved her and put lipstick and like all kinds of other stuff, and I'm like, where did her mustache go? It's gone. Do they shave the nipples too? We have to ask a
They
professional.
tweezed them.
Megan, are you listening? Megan, please. Hold on.
Megan, we gotta
Megan,
know.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna text Megan and see if she can give us
Yeah, my great grandmother on my dad's side, she had a sparse little mustache, but she was like 90 years old. Like she was doing nothing. She was
like, I don't fucking care.
Everything hurts. You think I'm gonna shave? My elbows hurt.
See, my grandmother's like, I don't fucking care since 40 and on. She's like, that mustache was always there.
But 40 back in the day, it's like the 70s now.
And hairy legs too.
Yeah.
What is it with European women with hairy legs, man?
I'm not down with like.
I can't do it.
There's two things, and
I tried the natural, and I'm like,
this is gonna be like this might sound chauvinist or fucking really dumb to some people, but like there's like if a girl puts her arms up and she look like she's fucking headlocking midgets, I'm a
no, can't do it.
Instant gag. And if you got hairy legs, like if a girl was like, that's a deal breaker.
I mean,
you could be like, I want you to pee on me. I'd rather like pee on you than you be like in bed with me and I'll be like, oh, what happened to your legs? Our leg hair is getting all intertwined, making dreadlocks. What's going on?
So yeah, it sounds like crickets fucking. Like I would say this about that. All right, like number one, as the biggest feminist that I could think of, and mama's boy and lover of all things feminine and matriarchal. Yeah, man. The weirdest thing that came out was that trend when women were dyeing their hair pink and purple, and then they dye their armpit hair pink and purple to match.
That's weird.
And
Go away.
like, and look. I don't listen. I will be the first person to say I am by no means a compass or barometer for fashion. For fuck's sake, I dress like a fucking like the white dude trying out for a black dude comedy troupe at all times, and I'm familiar with that. And it's the mumble rap Drew Carey, but I'm the first person to tell you that. But at the same time, like, yo, that was just really flagrant. At that point in time, it was like one thing, okay, like you don't want to shave your armpits, I get it. Like we don't do it, you don't do it, cool, whatever. But when you dyed that shit for the accent point, I was like, yo,
you playing games.
That much effort into dye, Like
I hope
you got to bleach it first too.
I know you do.
I was in Baltimore after a show,
either.
and I found after a show we stopped at this diner in Baltimore, and then there's a girl in there, and she had her armpit hair dyed like neon green.
You just asking for attention.
Like neon green.
You know what's worse than
if
that?
she doesn't have a massive bush that's also dyed neon green, then use a pussy,
dude.
Yeah.
So there's another trend, and I think this one was fake. It was like something that made up that people started doing, like it was a satire type joke. They called it free bleeding, where people.
What?
Yeah, where
Please
people
don't
would
tell me what that is.
You already know
let me
what
hear
it
the
is.
guess. Let me hear you guess. What do you think? What do you think I'm about to say?
They just let that shit like
Yup!
flow.
Yep.
That's fucking disgusting.
And that
Plug that shit up. Nobody wants to see that. You're going into establishment. You're gonna sit on their chair and bleed all the. I don't want to sit in your fucking blood.
There would be people
gross.
posting pictures, and you would just see like the inside of their thighs would be bloody.
Oh my god! What the fuck is wrong with people? Like, you fucking heathens! Plug that shit up. Put a pad. You don't even have to plug it. Put a pad on.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Like, come on
something.
now.
I mean, I don't know. I don't
Free
know.
bleeding.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
know. Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't want to do it just based off of like, I don't like sticky. Like, so I'd want to contain. I would just want to get or wet. I would want to contain.
Never mind bloodborne disease. Like, come on.
Well,
people.
yeah. I mean, then we could go into
Nobody
the whole
wants
thing,
your
but, like,
fucking cooties.
I would just
okay?
say from fuck, like, I don't care about how it looks. I would give a fuck about how it felt. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
All right, I'm about to read a list to you. 13 things you need to know.
I know about. On that note, I gotta go pee. So,
Oh man.
you go ahead and read about free bleeding.
I'm
out. I'm out.
15 things you need to know about free bleeding. Free bleeding is refers to menstruation without products to absorb or collect your flow, including using period underwear. Apparently, what is it? The premise of free bleeding is simple. You menstruate without tampons, pads, or other menstrual products to absorb your flow. There are two sides for free bleeding. Some view the movement as intended as normative in periods and societies. Others are doing it because of lack of money, according to this. So I think it started off with people, a rumor online that people were doing it under the auspicion of like feminism or like a protest that they're expensive. I guess tampons are very expensive. I've only bought them a few times because you're going to be a father or a husband, and somebody's going to be like, you out at the store.
Yeah.
They'll send you a picture of a box, and you got to get, it's like a treasure hunt. You got to find the box that matches the color on there.
Don't get the wrong ones.
You're going to hell. Never come home with the wrong fucking tampons. Like, especially if you get them that are too big or too absorbent. What do you think? My box that big? Get in trouble. But yeah, free bleeding. Don't do it.
I mean, you can. It's your choice.
Fuck that. I got a white couch, bitch. You should sit on this couch. I'll be angry as fuck. Well, it'd be even worse if a dude got up and he doesn't have a blood stain on your couch. Then we got a lot of questions.
Yeah.
What'd you do last night, Herschel?
Yeah, right.
You fucked up my couch.
Holy shit.
Oh, dude, that would be fucking terrible. Like, if I remember I was in high school and this kid had like a surgery on his back, and I think it was close to his tailbone. And he got up in social studies, and this dude had this like a circle of blood near his ass. It's the only time, like, normally if it had been somebody I knew, I'd have been like, oh, he got a bloody ass.
Yeah.
Like, I remember walking up to this dude while he's walking down the hallway, and I was like, yo, you got blood stains on your back of your pants. And he was like, thank you. And just like went down the hallway to the fucking outside of the fucking parking lot. Oh, yeah, he was going home. He definitely didn't even fucking get a pass. He's like, no, I got bloody butt. I'm going home.
Bloody butt.
When your ass starts bleeding, you're done for the day.
There was a kid named, I believe his name was Ben, when I was in
Racing
like
stripe.
junior or senior year. I think he played lacrosse, and he hurt his back, and he had some type of surgery. But he got up in social studies, and he had a round blood stain near, like, it wasn't on where his asshole was, but it was low enough to where, like, I knew once he got up to go to the next class, somebody's gonna be like, "Hey, who butt fucked you?"
Bloody.
but I definitely walked up to him and like real quiet, I was like, "Yo, you got blood on the back of your pants."
He was like,
"I'm leaving school."
So, like, you know what? I wish that there were more people like that, like, in my high school years. Because I could tell you, there was, like, this one time where I had this embarrassing moment and nobody fucking said shit until I got home, and I was like, what the fuck? Are you serious?
I walked around all day like this.
That's why people were staring. You motherfuckers, you pieces of shit. Ladies, if you see a fellow woman and she happens to, like, have a little spot, you know what? Just hit her up and be like, yo,
you
girl.
playing laser tag?
Yo, I think Flo visit you today. Today is not your day. Do something. Say something, because that shit is fucking horrifying. Don't let somebody, like, don't.
In the chat, unbeknownst said, "Just go, free peeing."
Yeah.
just piss. Just piss yourself. It's fine.
Piss your pants. Call it even.
At that point, just shit your pants too.
Yeah.
Just let it all go.
That's like a real test.
When
like,
you gotta go, you gotta go.
Like, if you were like, you got to test yourself every now and again. You got to do like new shit. Like, what if you were like sitting in traffic? You're like, I haven't tested myself in a few weeks, and you just shit your pants. Mid 81.
I don't know if I could, man.
Yeah, that's why. Dude,
Yeah.
nobody in the right mind could be like, I'm gonna shit my pants.
I know.
Like,
Who knows how to
especially
shit on?
sitting-
I can't shit on command. That's
I mean, you could,
incredible
but you might
talent.
hurt your butthole.
Yeah.
Like, you might prolapse trying to squeeze out a turd if you don't gotta go.
Like, I never
Get a
have
hemorrhoid.
there's never something that's there. Like, I'm like here waiting for. No, like I don't think that's.
I wouldn't
a
even
thing.
press the issue if I feel like I got to fart, like, and I haven't shit in a while. I'm not taking that chance. We talked about this on Dirtbag. Tim and fucking Deemer, they ate a lot of fucking fast food, and I remember they were perplexed that I hadn't had diarrhea in like a year. And I was like, no, the only time I've had diarrhea is I was like sick. And he's like, oh, I have diarrhea like once a week. I was like, what in the fuck is wrong with your insides? Like, eat some yogurt, some probiotics.
I think I was there.
Yeah, like, you can't have the shits once a week and not be like, I need to go talk to a physician.
Yeah, like, this
Speaking
is
of,
not
what time
right.
does McDonald's close?
Dude, fuck McDonald's. All right, so we didn't talk about this in reference to the Wine and Arts Festival. So you were there early. I was helping you set up, and you were like, "We got to eat." So I'm like, "I'll go get some food." What do you want? Oh, just egg McMuffin. Like, So I go to get an Egg McMuffin, and I get myself a fucking meal too. $17
Oh yeah.
for
Yeah.
2 breakfast combos.
Yep.
I know they heard me on the speaker because, like, as soon as they said the total, I was like, what the fuck? Like, I still got it because we were in a hurry. But, like, I will never go there again and order, like, shit with, like.
You can literally buy, like, 2 weeks worth of Egg McMuffins just by buying English muffins, eggs, and
You could probably buy a package of pre-packaged ones from like Jimmy Dean's
Jimmy Dean
for like
shit.
$5.
Oh yeah.
Like what in the, like are y'all rubbing gold on there? Do you have Colombian breast milk you putting on top of this cheese is made out of?
Oh.
So Megan is. So I got in touch with Megan. I think she's gonna jump on the chat here. So keep an eye out for her.
All right.
I'm pretty sure they don't shave the nipples, but
Well,
They waxed them.
yeah.
I know oh my god.
I know when my great grandfather died. I mean, and he was old. He was a former slave. This dude was so old. I remember being like 4 or 5, and I didn't have a lot of interaction with this guy because he was sick, like majority of my life. But I remember we would play with our Transformers in his like bed because he had like a sort of hospital bed at his house, and we would go visit him with my dad. But when he was in his casket, I remember the first thing I thought was like they had put makeup on his hands, and I was like, "What's wrong with his hands?" So I think that's a thing in all of, like I guess funeral home or undertaker stuff where there's going to be some stuff that they're going to do because they don't know the person.
Yeah.
That the family members are just going to notice right away because they've seen their hands a million times.
Oh,
So they're
yeah.
going to be like, that's fuck. What they do? Put fake hands on him?
Yeah. No, they definitely just put makeup on it just to.
Yeah, cover up liver spots,
Yeah,
or
They even
injection
they
spots.
do the nails too. Like my grandmother was very like she's a very pious woman. She's very like
Just regular.
She never wore makeup. She's very like I love Jesus. Like she kept her hair back and never shaved, never did any of that stuff. So when I saw her in like her garb and like shaved and makeup and her hair done and even her nails, she had pink nail polish on her nails. I'm like, my grandmother would like literally roll over a grave if she knew that somebody put nail polish on her nails. So it was like very weird to me that.
Well, like, all right, so I know everybody's got different requests for the way that they want to be their body to be forever made.
Yeah.
Mine is fucking like, put me in a burlap sack, throw me in the ground, plant a tree on top of it. That's it. Like, I don't want to be embalmed. I don't want to be cremated. It's a waste of time and effort. I'm a fucking
And money.
I'm a sack of fucking flesh that's gonna be shitting. Fucking
That's
put
gonna
me
be-
in the ground and
That's
just
how you
like,
that's how you get haunted forest, bro.
fuck yeah. I'll be that tree to be like, yeah.
I want
I'll be-
to
I'd
be
be like
that.
I'd be like the tree from the old McDonald's playground, man. That would be my shit.
I want to be in the most easily like accessible like casket where I can get out easily. 'Cause
just in case.
Just
Just
in case you got
I
it
have
wrong
to
the
be a
first time.
zombie. I want to be like forefront, like right there.
Yeah, wooden casket.
Yeah, I need to break out really quickly. Really
Everybody's
easily.
got different things. Like I know people choose their urns. They want a cool urn. I know my dad before he like when they were planning and stuff because he had like a sickness. He wanted a certain plot because he had been to a bunch of different graveyards, cemeteries, and was like this one had a lot of deer, so he wanted to be buried there. I don't know if it was just something he liked deer or whatever, but he was like every time he went there in a certain section he saw deer, he wanted to be buried in that section. For me, it's a fucking waste of time. Like after seeing like you see, you know that process is costly, but after having like a parent go through it, you're like, holy shit, this is like he wouldn't want this. Like he'd be like, what the fuck
That's
are
how
you
you get
doing? That's a
insurance.
waste of money.
You can get buried.
Well, like luckily, like my dad, like he had like a bunch of friends from his church, and there was this one guy that just paid for the whole like the funeral costs and all this other stuff.
That's
Somebody,
really nice.
so like I don't like my brother like randomly told me he was like, yo, this dude paid for everything.
Yeah.
So like it helped my mom out a lot, and they had like there was a bunch of other medical bills. My mom had one of those where they give money. I don't know, I forgot which one it's called. GoFundMe, and like she didn't incur a lot of cost. But yeah, that stuff like looking at it, just the casket costs. I was like, yo, that's absurd. Like what the fuck are you like?
Way
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah, it's like it's a permanent bed. Just fucking throw the people in. Like, I don't know. I guess I look at some people are like they don't Let's say,
man.
like, if you dug my body up and fucking drew a dick on the face, I'm not gonna be mad in the afterlife. I'm gonna be like, that was actually pretty funny. But some people would be like, you defiled my corpse. Like, to me,
Yeah,
as
they
long
look
as
like
you ain't
the-
diddling me with a stick, I'm good.
Dude, I'll tell you what, man. First of all, Brian Sargis has got a funny joke about that whole thing. He's like, what's the funniest part about a funeral? He's like when you draw dicks all over the guy who passed out in the party box. And I thought that was one of his, it's one of my favorite Brian
All right,
jokes.
Megan is in the chat.
Oh, shit.
She
Yeah.
said,
Oh, shit. Shout out, Megan.
Megan says she
Crump.
always shaves the
Megan
stash,
Crump.
but nail polish only at a request.
See, I feel like so.
Ooh, I'm going to put in.
my grandmother's brother requested all of this stuff. Like, and it
Oh,
just did not like.
Yo.
I mean, he wasn't really part of her life, so like he paid for everything. So I guess it was his way. It was weird.
Well, with that being said,
Mima did not.
I'm
look
gonna
right.
write into my will if they I think if they're gonna present my body, I'm gonna do like a sexy pose, like where it's like me, like with like my pants unzipped, like like that dead body thing.
Right,
So then I
right.
would get some posthumous manscaping done, and I'd do that on there, but only if I'm going to the wherever Megan works. That's gonna be the the manscaping.
Yeah.
No, I think, but for real, the way that I want to be buried, I would like to be I don't want to get like necessarily cremated. I would like my whole body to be dropped into like the Mariana Trench, and so that way it just like goes down to the bottom. It gets crushed as it goes, and then gets down, and then the crabs can eat me after I've eaten so many of their fallen
Yeah.
brethren. And so also possibility one of them big ass weird sharks, or other possibility. Giant kaiju awakens.
Yeah.
I'm the first thing it eats, and then I get to take over the giant kaiju.
Yeah.
You know, like,
that's
also-
like Attack on Titan and shit.
I would rep hard as a kaiju.
I will say, like, you know, aside from like my Mima not looking the way that she should, they did an excellent job. I don't know if it's like
Megan brought up
Spanish
another
genes.
good point.
She was like for a 74-year-old woman, she looked like she was in her 40s. It
Mhm.
was weird.
Megan says that funerals are for the living.
Yeah,
So that is
that's
a point
true.
that we haven't brought up.
Yep.
That is true. When I die, fuck all y'all. Bury me in the ground. Throw a party. Put a keg on top of the fucking ground real quick. Just let that soak in. It'll give the tree some nutrients before my body get up into it. I want it to be a maple or a hickory or a whole field of weed. A whole field of weed. Fuck that. I'm taking back these trees.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I've told my kid this several times, and she just looks at me like I'm stupid. She's like, I'm putting you in a home as soon as you get senile, dum-dum.
Like,
As soon as you start saying the same thing over and over. And she probably looked at me the other day and was like, I've heard this story before. We're about 4 years away.
Yeah, it's getting close.
I'm going to get all your shit, Dad. I can't wait to have them guitars.
The window is closing. The veil is lifted.
Yeah, dude, it is getting... Dude, my kid's got a cooler car than me now. I actually got... I don't want to say I got pissed off, but I was like, what was your first car?
Pontiac Firebird.
What year?
I want to say 87.
So, yeah, like an older car. What was your first whip?
It was still a nice car.
No, it's a nice car.
A Honda Accord, 91 Honda Accord.
85 Mazda B2000.
Fucking
B2G?
Yeah.
Nice,
Ooh,
dude.
see,
the
like,
B2G.
see, we have
77
like an
Ford
appreciation
Fairmont.
for old like cars.
So she got a 2019 Honda Ridgeline. I was like,
Good for her.
no, good for her. Good, like it's a safe vehicle. But I was like, man, I'm old, man.
It's safe. Like for me, like I. Good for her. She's got
Oh yeah,
a nice
anything's
new car.
dependable.
But I'm telling, like my teenagers, if they're watching, you gonna get old car. Sorry.
Oh no, I mean they got
Because I know you're gonna wreck that car.
Mhm.
Because
I mean,
all teenagers do.
the car they got isn't
you
that
ain't
old.
getting a new car, bitch.
The car that they got now isn't that old, but it's all right. So that car is hit a deer
Nope.
going 70, still worked.
Yeah, exactly.
Honda,
Fuck, I am-
Toyota Corolla, you can hit a deer going 70 miles an hour and not stop, and it doesn't even fuck up the alignment.
As beautiful as my Fire, I love that car. It was
Oh, yeah.
white with red, like velvet interior. I fucking love that car. I wrecked it the first 2 weeks I had it.
Mm.
First, bent the fucking axle. I was riding around on that thing with the tire like looking like jacked
Ooh.
for like a year. It didn't matter. I got stopped a couple of times, but they let me
Yo.
go.
Raph says he's got his first car was a 1965 SS Impala.
What?
Oh.
Yo,
I'm
pimping. Yo,
Yo.
pimping.
Yeah, that's straight.
Yeah,
pimping.
like when I was a
Bam,
kid.
bam, 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 bam. Yeah, I'm doing that racistly.
So
I'm
when
doing
I had
that racistly Raph.
when I had a 77 or 79 Fairmont, it was like a box car, like it looked pretty much like an old cop car.
Oh yeah.
My dad had a fucking 79 Firebird,
Ooh.
and he put like a 99 or 91 Firebird Formula engine in it, and like a
Okay.
racing transmission.
Yeah.
And then one day he had the bright idea, like, because he had a car that he drove all the time to work, like it
Yeah.
was like a Sunbird or some shit. And he was like, "I need you to get my car inspected." It was, and I was like, "Sure, I'll go get it inspected." Oh my god, I went over to this fucking baseball field and left ruts in the field, like, doing donuts. I still
bet
got
he
it
knew.
inspected. Oh, he knew there was dirt all underneath the
Yeah.
fucking undercarriage.
The moment he changed the oil, I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Oh, he used
Yeah.
to give me that car all the time. If I was going out on a date, he'd be like, "Yeah, you can drive the car."
Yeah, no, my dad got rid of all his fun cars before I was born. So.
Oh,
Yeah, he
I
had
bet he
he had a
regretted
'68
that.
Camaro.
I did the same thing to my daughter. I had like a 79 Cutlass Supreme Brougham on
Oh,
like
hell yeah.
20s, and
Yep.
and then I had a kid, and I was like, I got to get rid of
Yeah,
this.
no, he had a '68 Camaro. He had a '70 Monte Carlo SS.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
They had a lot of nice stuff.
You know what I keep seeing on Facebook Marketplace? I'll send them to you.
I-
El Caminos.
Fucking
Oh,
El
I
Camino,
want an
dude,
El
like
Camino so bad.
that's my favorite, hands down, my fucking favorite.
You'll be
old
surprised,
car.
especially out here, Northern Virginia. You're not gonna find any of those
No.
cars. Fucking, if
Mm.
you just type in like Strasburg, like Woodstock, anything down the A81 corridor, type in El Camino, you'll find like 5 of them.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
But most of them are like the '80s.
Yeah.
body
yeah.
style.
I want that, or I want a hearse.
Yeah.
I don't want a new hearse. I want an old, like, classic Cadillac.
Talk to
like,
Megan.
Caddy, like classic.
Yeah, Megan, where the hearse is
I've
at.
seen like a couple of them on Marketplace, and like Adam will share it with me. He's like, "This is only $2,000." I'm like, "Oh yeah, so is our mortgage."
Yeah.
House, hearse.
Yeah.
Which one? Which one, guy?
Oh, I've thought about like every now and again I'll see something cool. Like the things that are gonna get me is if I see like a fucking like 67 Charger,
Mm-hmm.
like under 5K, I'm
Yep.
buying that bitch the next day.
Yeah.
Like, and it's gonna be fucking a nice color of orange,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna fucking like
You gonna put a verbal flag over
I'm put
it?
American flag on it, or I might put a Malcolm X on the top.
There you go.
There you go. That'd be great.
Oh, I've said this before. If I get fuck you money, like if you ever see me have like a butt fuck across my knuckles, you'll know 2 things. I've won the lottery and I have a Dukes of Hazzard car. Like, and I'm gonna pay some of my friends. I'm gonna start a corporation, and I'm gonna have employees, and all they're gonna do is I'm gonna build a fake town, and you're gonna chase me around in cop cars while I'm like playing like just a good old boy.
Well, you'll definitely know if I won the lottery because I'm gonna pull up here in a hearse, like totally souped out.
Are you gonna have
low,
butt
like,
fuck across your knuckles?
fucking all the way to the fucking like slam to the ground. See, like
Matt will come back
Yeah.
down here and be like, "What the fuck?"
Waller would appreciate a slam to the fucking ground hearse, and you open the
Man.
back,
Oh,
and like
airbags.
the seats just go.
That was the cool thing about the my dad's Firebird. That year, it had air suspension. So right beside where the gas tank was, there was a little nozzle, so you could let air out or put air in to raise and lower the suspension. Yeah, that shit was awesome.
Why is that shit? Mm-hmm.
You know how I'd pull up in?
What's that?
One of them new fucking personal drones, the ones you can like, yo.
No, what was for it? Every time I
Hell
look at those
yeah,
things, I'm
man.
like, yo, I'm a
Fuck
fucking,
yeah.
I'm a few drinks away from getting chopped up in some fucking blades on a drone because I know myself.
The best part about them is they're self.
Oh, there's the
they're
Dunkin'
like-
Donuts. Ah, my arm.
The best part about them is it's like they fly themselves. Dude, you just put in the fucking
Oh,
coordinates.
dude, that's dangerous.
I don't know, fuck
I'm gonna
that
run into
shit.
power
Wait.
lines.
Are they like the I have not seen these, so you gotta show me now.
Yeah, there's a few
So
different
it's not
ones.
an ultralight, right? It's
No,
like-
No. It's a personal drone. It's like a seat and
Yeah,
like
you
a
sit
big
in
ass
this
drone.
Yeah, you like
Mm.
sit in this thing. It's like it looks like a kayak body almost, and then it has like 4 like
And you can
And
just
then
like
they cost $175,000. Yeah, they sold out their first the first year of them are sold out. But if you want to get you can get on the waiting list for 2026 or whatever.
I don't know. I feel like those kind of things
They'll
are
be
kinda
out next
sketch,
year.
though.
Nah, man, they've just found a way to make drones just efficient for flight use. And I think it's actually safer than airplanes because of the whole premise of what the aerodynamics are. You're going. It's based off of rotary as opposed to propulsion.
Don't tell me that. We're
this shit look
we're
like
about to go
Skynet.
flying in a plane.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about, right?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
It also
I don't know. It's
it's
still kind of scary. I don't
Yeah,
like flying.
I'd fall the fuck out.
oh, man,
my
I'm getting in that
ritual
bitch.
every
I'm
time we
fucking
fly,
lighting
I
up
go
a
to the
blunt.
bar and I get rip raced.
I am fine with flying until we're about to take off. The landing, everything I'm cool with. Some people freak out about that, but that ascent up, I white knuckle it. I'm like, there's a bus in the sky. What are we doing?
Like
Something this big shouldn't float.
Or those jetpacks.
Big
You know
fat
what? That's
ass.
how you know I'd roll up. I'd roll up with those jetpacks. The one that you got the thing.
Yo,
put
those
on
things
the-
are powerful. I saw a video
Fuck yeah.
of this dude. It was a Navy one, so of course they're gonna be the best.
Oh, yeah.
It looked like turbines on his hands,
Yeah.
but he's by an aircraft carrier, and on an aircraft carrier they have lower, I guess, sections where they can put out different things, like helicopters and stuff, not on the main deck.
Mm-hmm.
And this dude just jumps off. It's like whoosh, goes around the ship and lands on the deck.
Yeah, that shit's tight. It looks like Mega Man and shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's
dude,
how I was
straight
just
up.
thinking
Right.
Mega Man.
Yeah, that shit is the bomb.
I like
Yeah,
flying.
in the year 2000.
What do you feel about flying? You like flying?
I've only flown once.
Really?
Yep. And that
Holy crap.
oh shit, I think
Oh,
I
I
was
love
like
it.
I think I was like 16 years old and it scared me to death.
Yeah, I don't like flying.
But I've never had a reason
I
to
love
fly
it.
since then.
Yeah.
So
So
Flying is
I
like-
used to go to Florida because my grandfather, Eastern Airlines, before they closed down, my grandfather was the manager of it at Dulles Airport, so they could get flights back and forth.
yeah.
Not to be
Relatively
confused
easy.
with Eastern Motors.
Well, your job's your credit. At Eastern Airlines,
Your
your job's your flight.
credit.
But I remember the first 4 or 5 times that we flew, my parents would they had to scam because they didn't want us to yell on the plane, I guess, or be loud
Mhm.
because they were like, we can't have 3 boys on here. They're gonna get in a fight over fucking what magazine or book they get to read. So they'd be like, you might get motion sickness. We should give you some Dramamine, and then we'd wake up in Florida like, what the fuck happened?
Time travel.
Yeah, dude, they just
What?
that's
But,
like plain Benadryl.
Yeah.
Man, I flew so much as a kid. My parents,
Yeah.
my mother's family is in Brussels, so
Ah.
we spent and this is back before airline fares were astronomical. It was there used to be a point in time where it was
Yeah, it was a standard.
economically-
It was standard
yeah, it was
fee for
economic-
everything.
Yeah, it was economically.
Well, now
feasible.
there's an economic way, but you have to fly basically in a bus and a lawn chair
Yeah.
with Spirit
Yeah.
Airlines.
I mean, even when you go abroad, it's pretty expensive because
Everything's expensive.
my I grew up in the military. Both my parents, my mom's German, my dad was from here, so he joined the army first, and then my mom did. So we kind of traveled back and forth, and I remember it being cheap. We were able to do it often, but now it's I'm trying to look for
Especially international
because
flights.
I kind of hope my mom's not listening. I'm pretty sure she's not listening. I kind of want to surprise my mom by bringing her back to the homeland, and
Octoliba.
yeah, just something that she can
fight.
just something like one of those good not pivotal birthdays. It's not gonna be the 60th,
What part of
whatever, but
Germany did your mom grow up in?
she grew up in Hessen. She
Is
was
that,
actually
is that east west? Because your mom grew up
She was-
during.
it was west. She was actually in the same town that murderer.
Oh, the Golden Glove.
yeah, Golden Glove. That dude. Yeah,
Golden Glove is the dirtiest. Not because what happens in the movie is dirty or gross, but the guy is dirty.
yeah. If
Like,
you
there's
haven't
like
seen
a-
it, see it.
There is and it's based on a true story,
Mhm.
and this dude is At no point in this movie does it look like he's washed his face. He's all steady greasy.
No, not at all. My mom was actually, I want to say like she was like 14 or 15 when that was going on.
Well, at least she didn't have to worry about it. He went after old women.
Yeah, he was definitely like the old hookers type.
If
Like,
you're going to kill people,
like
don't
them
put them
old
in your
bitches.
crawl space because it'll smell, you dumb.
and your neighbors will be like, "What the fuck?
Why is there seepage coming through my ceiling?
Why does it
That's
smell like this?"
decomposing corpse.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah. What was his name now? Like, I want to
Dirty
say
Face?
it's Fritz. Like Fritz. Like.
Oh, yeah,
something,
dude.
Like, I don't know. Like I turned on. This is when I first got Shudder, and that movie like popped up, and Adam was like, "This movie looks good. Let's watch it."
Well, also
and he
that-
usually hates like subtitled movies, but he like was transfixed. He was like, "This is crazy."
Well, that movie also, like, if you just see the front cover of that, it's just his face, and it's got all these, like, awards that the movie's won. So if you were to just scroll across that on any streaming service or whatever, you'd be like, oh, this does look like a good foreign film, and then you get into it, and he's all, like, beating somebody to death in his kitchen under dark lighting.
And then stuffing her giant body.
Yeah,
because he liked them big women's.
Yeah, imagine, like a 50-year-old overweight drunk German woman getting shoved into a crawl space.
Yeah. So if you have AMC Plus or Shudder, check that movie out. It's called Golden Glove.
That one's good.
It's really good. I like it. I don't think there's a lot of like horror. Like I haven't really talked about horror movies lately. Maxine's coming out.
Well, like there's a.
Sorry, we were focusing on the type of lesbians you were into, and your boobs. So we apologize.
What was the movie that just came out that people were throwing up over? The one we might see tomorrow.
I think it's Violent Nature.
Violent Nature. Apparently, this movie is so gross. It's more like a slasher film, from what I understand.
Like,
You know what? Whenever they say that shit, I feel like that's always a marketing gimmick. They're like, it's such a bad movie that people fainted. Remember what movie was that when the people they were like using it? People fainted in the theater.
Paranormal Activity.
Oh,
Yeah,
So that one wasn't that scary. The only thing
that's what I'm saying.
The only thing that was scary about Paranormal Activity is when he gets drug out of the room.
Oh yeah.
But that's just because I had sleep paralysis as a kid, and it reminds me of that. Like whenever I had sleep paralysis, it would always be the same dream. I would wake up and there would be like a knocking on the sliding glass door in our basement, and I would go to open it, and something would hold me down. And then when I got older, I was like, "Oh, that's sleep paralysis." It wasn't Satan trying to kill me.
I was like,
Or
saw like
was
dark
it?
figures,
Dun, dun, dun.
like a shadowy, like something standing over me.
Yeah,
I had that
And
experience when I was a kid.
Yeah, like and you can't do anything. You try to scream.
yeah, like
I've only had it like 2 times this year, and Adam like always tries to wake me. He's like, "You're screaming in your sleep. Wake up, wake up." I'm like, "What's going on?" He's like, "You're fucking screaming. Shut the fuck up." I'm like, "All right, my bad. Sorry, I thought I was dying."
Sorry, death was getting me.
If I was screaming, I was trying to wake myself up because in my brain, I'm like, "Wake up, wake up, wake up. What can I do to wake up?" And I start moving my arms, and I can't. I'm like, "Ah."
Ay caramba.
It works though.
That's
Only because he wakes me up.
there's some things about like human beings that are just faulty designs. Like, I'll get angry sometimes at like, I don't know if you guys, every now and again you got to take a pee and you're like, why? Like in terms of like you just got to rush. Like you're getting home or let's say you're washing the dishes and all of a sudden the water comes on, you got to go to the bathroom. Like it's like a psychosomatic thing. I've never been more angry about that because I'm like, why I got to stop what I'm doing to go to the bathroom? This is faulty design. Only because, like, if your place where your urethra was in a different spot, like on your foot, you could just like go outside and just like step in some grass, take a piss. But nah, God had to make that shit the middle of your body where you got to go into a special room to take a fucking pee.
See, I don't get mad over things like that.
I do. I get angry about inanimate objects. I
get.
I
Mad
saw a
over,
rock
like,
I didn't like the other day.
Like I love my dogs. I love them dearly. I cannot stand them barking. I don't know what it is. Like I have like this bark aversion. You start barking at like random things. I think what it is when David was like really, really little, you put him down for a nap, a dog would be like, "Woof," and he'd start crying, and I'm like,
I'm gonna kill you.
Fucking rage.
I'm gonna sell
I
you
just
to
needed
Chinese
5 minutes of
Man.
like, no baby. I just needed a break. And they would fuck it up for me. So now I hate when I
Man,
hate when they
What
So,
makes
like-
you mad, man?
What doesn't?
All right.
like what's something that's like irrational? Like it's irrational. but
People taking way too long at the lines at like a 7-Eleven.
Self-checkout?
Self-checkout too. But
Yeah.
like I can't tell you. I actually almost had a panic attack one time at a 7-Eleven because this woman was in front of me, just counting out like
Oh, change.
and getting lottery tickets with it.
Oh, get the fuck out of my way.
And I was like, what the fucking move? I ended up just putting my shit
But that's
down and
so
leaving.
irrational, man. Like,
Oh, dude, I've been like, don't ever go to the Martins in Berryville, Virginia. I don't know if it's all senior citizens that live in that town,
A lot of them are.
but the motherfuckers there'll be 2 lines open, and they will always go to the self checkout. If you are over 50, don't go in the self checkout. You don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
You have no fucking idea. You're like, where's the barcode at? What's that QR code? What's that? Like, get the fuck out the line. Go talk to the person. And then they'll get somebody to come over to fucking scan their fucking, like Martin's card. I don't have a card. Can you scan the store card? Oh, like,
Don't worry about the card.
fucking get the fuck out of here. You close to death. Order these shits online. Fucking you. If I get to 65, I am not wasting my time.
you
Well,
say that, but you're gonna be at that age and you're like, I don't fucking care about anybody else's feelings.
Fuck
I
that.
will-
I'm gonna go during the time
I'm
when
gonna
there
be
aren't youngsters
slow.
around. Fuck that. I'm gonna go at 6 a.m. when there ain't people in there.
Nah, you won't.
Bullshit. I'll be the
You'll
old
be
dude.
old. You'll be
I'll-
like, I'm taking.
I'll be the old dude at the 7-Eleven with 4 friends talking.
See, that's
Yep.
my annoyance. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't mind like taking forever, like trying to figure out the things. But when you're having a conversation with the person that's like ringing up
Oh
the shit,
yeah.
I'm like, dude,
Or even people that
he doesn't
hang
give
out
a
at
fuck
places.
what you have to say. Get your shit and go.
I have like a really irrational thing that gets me upset.
Ooh.
What is it?
All right, and I know
Can
that. So
tell.
I like past couple weeks been really fucked up. So I know, and like, so I've let go of live transgressions. Like, I think you guys, I've told you a little bit about it, but I'm gonna save it for now. I'll save it for the next show. We can talk about blood and guts and all that shit. But it doesn't. I don't understand why I get so mad, and it's like it gets me a visceral response. Like I watch these commercials, and they fucking really piss me off. These Great Wolf Lodge commercials, big fucking wolves. It makes no fucking sense. Why the fuck are you riding a fucking wolf? It's a goddamn water park. Like, and I don't understand the prep. Why are there giant wolves, and why are they riding?
Well,
these
maybe
wolves?
it
I don't give a
relates to like Ragnarok. Maybe like eventually everybody will die. due to
Aren't
the
wolves
fact
like
that-
like
I just don't
sort
know.
of like Nordic, like
Yeah, well, like
I
the-
equate a wolf with like frozen
Well-
tundra sort
Well,
of.
the
I
big
have-
wolf, the large wolf, like is I don't know if that they're doing this for Great Wolf Lodge, but like there's that thing with one of the Norse gods had like it might have been Hela or Thor or one of them had
Yeah.
like a wolf that they rode like called Fenrir or some shit like
Yeah.
that.
yeah,
That was
I
like
believe it was Hella.
yeah,
I don't
and
know.
that
I don't
and
know.
that and like that is a tie to like a
Well-
big ass motherfucking wolf.
well,
But the
guess
Great
what,
Wolf
man?
Lodge is not like
Yeah.
welcome to Sweden.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Great Wolf Lodge is like, it's like I've never been actually. Has anybody listening has been? Please let us know.
I have
I
been.
want to go.
Well, I know they have a
I-
new
I've
one.
never been.
They do have a new one. I
Yeah, it's
have
in
been,
Fredericksburg,
and
I
I will
believe.
tell you, it is actually pretty fucking awesome. Like,
Yeah.
because like when I went, my little ones were like, they were like that age where everything's like
Water is awesome.
magical. And you can go and get a drink, and they like swim all day.
so
And
it's like Epcot.
it's a
Whoa.
wading pool, and also there's like lifeguards, so you don't have to worry about them drowning.
Drown if you want.
Yeah, like they have like
That's me at the Knights of
Yeah.
Columbus, man. Fuck it.
basically. So it's basically a resort for families that have small children. So
Well,
if you
I
want
know
to go
what-
there and party and get drunk, you can, and be okay with your kids swimming.
And I'm
And
all
they'll
for
get-
that.
They're
I
gonna be
wa-
like entertained.
I am a huge fan of water parks. Like half of my family is
Thought you were
white
gonna say
trash,
water
and
sports.
it is inherent that we love water parks. And you being German, knowing what it's like to love water sports.
yeah,
But the
yeah, it's true.
but no, but
He's
seriously,
not lying.
oh,
Scheiße.
hey, The Shiza's nice. But so I want to go to Great Wolf Lodge. I embrace water parks, especially indoor water parks, because it makes that's just ultimate like fuck you to nature, and it's like haha. Not only am I gonna mimic what you do, but I'm gonna pollute the fuck out of you in the goddamn process.
Yeah.
No, I want to go to Great Wolf Lodge, but there's just
field
something.
trip.
Yes, 100% to Kings Dominion and Great Wolf
Yes.
Lodge, and they're near each other.
Yep, that would be perfect.
And so, but I went to Kings Dominion last weekend, and well, unfortunately we're out of time. We'll talk about it next week, but it was amazing. I got so much good comedy material.
Oh, man,
But-
I hate roller coasters.
You'll love
I don't know.
holding our stuff for us then.
Yeah, seriously.
Nah, I'll go on them before I hold people's shit.
Him and Adam can hold our shit, and
All right,
we'll
bet.
rag on. Like,
I'll go
but-
under peer pressure. My kid makes me every time we go there.
Adam hates it too. He's like, it gives me a migraine. I'm like, all right, here's
Yeah.
my stuff.
Yeah, you do have to take. I do have to take ibuprofen as you go. But I just my irrational hatred
I
towards
take
these
weed.
giant wolves is still. It's now making me upset. I don't even want to talk about Kings Dominion. I want to talk about these fucking hating these wolves.
So what is it about the wolves? Do
I
you
don't
dislike
fucking
wolves?
know. I just like when I see the commercial. I'm like, this is just stupid.
It makes no sense,
I'm like,
right?
this is fucking stupid.
They don't like water.
It's like that meme where it's like the kid and the grandfather talking to each other. The kid's wearing a surf shirt. And he's like, "Fuck you, little poser! You've never even been fucking surfed in your
We're gonna-
fucking life."
Exactly.
I'm gonna give you
Like,
mushrooms
that's-
before you go into
Exactly.
big wolf or whatever, and be like, "Hey, what do you think about these
The
wolves?"
wolves.
And you can be like,
No.
"Fuck you, motherfuckers, and your wolves."
I'll just become a
We
wolf.
should do it. We should do.
One of my
wolf.
biggest fears is does relate to water parks.
Why?
Pee pee.
All right, so you know how like you no, I'm an old hat with pee. When you go down one of those water slides and they're enclosed,
Mm-hmm.
I have this fucking fear that you're gonna get it to a point and it's just gonna be blocked off. So you get to the bottom and you're like, "Oh no! What fat bitch gonna fall on my head and we're gonna be smush fest?"
I always I don't like the opened tube.
I'd rather have it
Because
open.
I always feel like I'm gonna
Oh,
fling right the fuck out of there, and I'm just,
or if somebody has to have died on one of those things just by leaning forward and being like, "Oh, what's
yeah,
down here?"
just
Dude.
go and it's just
Hey.
splat right on the ground.
George, what if that woman was free bleeding, wall falling, and free falling and free bleeding at the same time?
She gonna get free fisted. I'm just gonna put my hand up like, "Ah!"
Oh
That's
man.
disgusting. That's how hepatitis happens, man. I'm not down with that. I'm not down.
Some
with
of the
that.
reasons people
They
free bleed
all
is to stand up for
hepatitis.
the menstruation rights of other women because it things like tampons and pads are very expensive, so they're protesting.
I mean, I get that. It should be it shouldn't
Well,
be expensive.
Are they
that's
expensive
a
because
thing.
are they expensive because they have I don't know enough about tampons, but are the
Well, they're
packaging-
manufactured, so that costs
well
money.
no
to do
well
so.
beyond all that, but do they have to be manufactured to a certain sterility?
Yeah. You don't
Well,
want
yeah,
to
yeah,
put
well,
anything up in your.
Well, I didn't know if
vagina.
there was a brand don't buy tampons, your snatch gets all fucked up.
Well, honestly, you don't want to put regular tampons up in you. And you
so don't buy
also-
store brand tampons.
No, you don't, because there's bleach, there's all kinds of chemicals.
Ooh,
You don't want to
fuck
put
up your
that in your
hoo-ha.
vagina. Exactly. Why would you do that? Organic. It's a little bit more expensive, but
What about the Diva cup?
I've tried that. That shit doesn't work, man. Not
Is
for me.
it just like a Dixie cup? You just
It's literally a cup. It's not. It's,
Oh
okay.
my god. Let's all
All
right.
right. I'm gonna. So
Bruh.
when you're out in public, ladies, and you have to remove that cup and dump it in the toilet, in the public ass toilet.
chunky.
Okay, you can't just put that shit right back in you. You have to walk. You have to kind of waddle outside of the bathroom and wash it out. You don't. It's not.
You go to the bathroom, you see somebody washing a Diva cup.
If you
Oh
plan
my
on
God.
staying home, cool. If you don't plan on staying home, don't do that.
Yep.
Don't be that girl that does that, because I will judge. I'll be like, what the fuck is she? Did she just wash her cup in the same sink that we're washing her in there? No, don't do that. Don't be that.
Yeah, wash
person.
it off in the toilet like
Yeah.
a common woman.
Don't do that either. It's kind of gross. That's,
All right.
that's how gonorrhea happens.
Well, you flush the toilet first, you get some water in there.
I guess. maybe.
Chris, we're gonna make Chris
Yeah,
hurl.
he's
Oh
gonna,
my
he's
God.
gonna
All
pass
right.
out.
No. I mean, it takes a lot more for that to happen. It's just this is amazing. I love the fact that we started off. This is how I love the thing I love about Helltown Radio is that we start off so hyper informative and like
By the end, we're
and
like
they-
bleeding
and-
snatches.
and we're not even drinking, which makes it like
I mean,
I'm trying to figure out what the natural our natural digression is. But I love it, and that's why I love you guys so much. This is like my favorite part of the week. I seriously, it's so much fun. Yeah, but I think my next favorite part of the week is when we get to go to the Catamount Lounge, and I don't have to work. Yeah, but I still do a little bit because I love my homies at work. Shout out to Shannon and Julieta and
Check out those new avocado fries.
Yo, those things sold out, bro.
Oh
they sold out?
shit!
Yeah, man. Like that's it's one of the limitations in the kitchen is like I think Chef Chris has to go through, which sucks balls. And I understand what it's like, but he has even less refrigeration than I did. And so when he makes stuff, he can make like at a certain amount of orders. And when people come in and they're like avocado fries, fuck yeah, I want to see what an avocado fry is all about. And it's spectacular. The best way I can describe it is it's like a light biscuit.
Yeah, it's
But
buttery,
with,
right?
Yeah, but it's like it's like a cross between a light biscuit and guacamole, and it's weird because you bite into it and like it's got the biscuit bite, but then all of a sudden you're getting wowed by the avocado lusciousness and the luxuriousness of the avocado as it slides over your tongue.
Oh, I've been
Yeah.
all
Damn
about
avocado.
avocados
Sensual.
lately, dude. I added to everything. I even added to my like blueberry shake. I'm like
Pooh.
buttery. It makes everything buttery.
Spectacular.
Yum.
All right, so you can see us at the Catamount Lounge after
We'll be
this for a nightcap.
Come buy us a
Our
drink.
weekly nightcap.
I'm having a shrimp cocktail.
He gonna have a cock shrimp tail.
Yeah, man.
Mhm.
Don't be such a size queen.
Mm.
We also have a
Christ.
big Polish sausage too.
Oh,
Yeah, for Pride Month, Chris decided to put
bounce
on,
that glizzies off my face
Shaboing
Hey,
boing.
when's the Pride Parade happening in Front Royal?
every day.
Oh man,
Like I've seen it like one time, and then I've never
Yeah,
seen
man.
it
I don't
again.
think it's happening.
What? Why not?
Because
I
you know
already
what?
bought
You know
my
what?
assless
It's
chaps.
not- I am not anti, but I am anti like what bad venues. Do you remember the BLM march
I was there.
parade?
I was there. Yeah.
It was so sparse. Go to Winchester. It's just, there's not enough people here. It's like if we went and did.
there was a lot of people there. There was quite a few people there. I think there was like maybe two or three assholes that had to be like.
No, that was like the whole like protesting. I'm not give a shit about that. It's like, dude, I just want to see a big fucking turnout and have a good time.
I mean, it's a small town.
I know, but that's the thing. So fuck it. Like,
Yeah, people in this town. There's a dichotomy. There are people that like to do stuff that is going on in the community, and
Right.
there's people that are like, "Why don't we have a Chick-fil-A?"
yeah, I think that. Yeah, I think
We can't let it die. People.
And you don't need a Chick-fil-A because you
My
got
pride
spelunkers.
people.
Spelunkers is pretty
I
good.
don't-
I'm with you.
We may
Let's
have-
do this. Let's not let it die. Let's make this.
Spelunkers. I have a question for the owners of Spelunkers. I want them to come on here, and maybe there's multiple ways we can do that. We can all try to eat the hottest Helltown sandwich, or they can bring over 4 Helltown sandwiches and not tell us which one is the Helltown. Like,
Helltown roulette.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I will know. I will know because my son ordered it like an
Because your
asshole.
sinuses will empty.
He's like, I want to try that. I'm like, all right, are you sure? We opened that bag and the whole car. I was like, my eyes are watering.
It's maced.
What's
You just
going on?
maced the car with your sandwich.
Yeah.
All right. Ancient Apes. How can people find all of your stuff online?
Well, there's some older stuff on Spotify, but we have got new, better stuff coming out once this EP starts, gets released. They said I think we're tracking vocals on Sunday, and then after that, it's just gonna go to the final mixes and see when it comes out.
Hells yeah. At Facebook.
Oh yeah, we got Facebook and Instagram, but we're definitely more active on the Facebook and everything.
At Ancient Apes.
Yep, Ancient 8.
Woo!
Oh,
Yeah, Plugfest.
so you want to look at my art? Yes, you can. You can enjoy my art. You can go to That Is Odd, all underscore on Instagram, or you can check my regular page out. It's Alola on Loan. I post memes and funny things and a lot of stuff about my kid because I love my kid. But come see me at the next kind of like show. I want to say a show. West Virginia. It is going to be the Eastern Regional Airport. They're going to be holding an air show on June 29th. They have fireworks and 38 Special's going to be playing there.
Hold on loosely.
Motherfucking hall. Yeah. Free. Exactly. A free motherfucking show. There's going to be like food vendors and also me. I'm going to be vending there and you can see all my weird oddities and art stuff. And yeah.
Do it. 38 Special
Do
is
it,
wish.com Leonard Skinner.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Chris, how can we look at your beautiful face doing comedy?
Man, you know what? That's a good question. I'm gonna be out next week. I think at the Hog Shack on Wednesday, and then
For black and white comedy.
Yeah, or I don't know. There's talks about going to the Improv, but
Do
it. No.
Do it.
Come on.
Do it.
Come on.
I would go black.
Do
and
it.
white.
These
No,
people
no,
need
man.
jokes. Yeah.
You know what? They got plenty of jokes at the Improv, but I want to go hang out with my homies, Ace and Connor, black and white, man. They've always held us up. They you know, if it wasn't for Ace and Connor, not a motherfucking one person in this town would have tried stand-up comedy.
Nope.
So good for them, and thank you, gentlemen. And I use that term very loosely because they're both sluts, but
Whores.
yeah, biggest hoes I know, too. And you can catch me at the Catamount Lounge though, doing bartending and telling shitty jokes behind the bar. And I'm trying to think what else, where else you can see me. In between the sheets with your mama. All right, I'm out.
Go over to Helltown Radio. Everything's at Helltown. You can also listen to my song that's on there. Snuck it on there.
Did you?
Yeah, it's snuck on there. It's
You
down at the
said
bottom.
you snuck a song.
It's all on there.
I didn't hear it.
You can't even see it.
Is it a sad song?
All
Is
of
it an emo song?
All of them are sad.
I
No,
like emo.
it's more like Bon Iver. It makes you depressed, but you want to live in the woods.
All right, I'm good with that.
All right. Yet again, this week, you don't have to suplex the week. Maybe you had a bad week. Maybe your knees are
Why
hurting.
can't we just fuck the week? Why can't we just butt fuck?
We can butt fuck the week, but
I'm
this
tired
week,
of suplexing weeks.
no, this week we're gonna go for an inside heel hook. We're gonna drop down. We're gonna get inside Sengaku, and that means the toes are gonna be in your armpit. The heel's gonna be here.
He's
You're gonna
saying,
rip that motherfucking tendon clean off. You're gonna snatch it clean off. Do that shit.
or you can
It's
just
your
butt
week.
fuck.
Rip it clean off the tendon.
But-
They'll be like, I can't stand anymore. My knee's the wrong way. Yeah, it's like a backwards L now. I did
Whatever.
that. Bye.
Butt fuck the week.
Bye.
Butt fuck your week too. Also, don't use lube. Throw sand in every pump.
Hey.
Rape your week.
Oh man, there it is. And that's why this.
He said it.
I said it. I did it.
George is getting canceled on me.
I'm gonna get canceled every week
Black guy gets
ever.
canceled, man.
You can't cancel me. I'm uncancelable. That's white privilege if you cancel.
White privilege to get canceled.
All right, sing us home, Chino.
Sing a song.